seconds of a commercial, and
Commercials.
then yeah, it's all that stuff before we. So for YouTubers that are watching after the fact, where the hell were you when we were actually doing the live show? Now you have to suffer
Yeah,
through
come on.
this. I know, I'm telling you. 20
What up,
seconds till the
people?
radio stations are on.
Subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel and then go subscribe to Twitch and then touch me here at Retro Daddy and Billy's Beautiful. Okay, going live right now. Welcome to Talk of the Tavern,
With
Monday,
the toast.
December 8th. What? Well, I gotta say hello first. Don't just.
Oh, hi.
You're like, hey, are we drinking yet? Hi, don't worry about welcome to Talk of the Tavern. Pour me into alcohols.
Hello.
Talk of the Tavern, Monday, December 18th. So I met this guy. Which, by the way, when I tried to do the Facebook event, I put ... after guy, and Facebook is like, I'm sorry, you can't use an excessive amount of special characters.
It's too special.
Oh, sidebar on that. We have a communal Facebook group for all of the pubs in the chain that I work for. And we all use the same till system. And obviously there's a section on there that allows you to add a personal comment to a customer's order if you need to send a kitchen special instructions or if they want a drink made in a special way. But you can't use what they call the special characters. So you can't use asterisks, question marks, all that kind of thing. You can only use text. And this guy posted a picture earlier on today. And he'd shown that screen on the till. So the first picture says, you cannot enter special characters in this section. And then the next picture is the same section where he's written the word Batman.
I thought he was going to have like
Which I thought was worthy of a lot more applause than it actually got from our groups.
I thought maybe it was going to be a picture of like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny doing it.
Because they're special characters.
No, although I did discover today as well that the printer in my manager's office, which is a wireless printer, doesn't have a password protection on it.
Oh,
hey, Robin.
Nice.
Hi.
Yeah, I've yet to utilize this, but there may be one or two choice Christmas memes suddenly appearing by magic out of my boss's printer over the next couple of days before he twigs and puts a password on it.
Nice.
Hi, Sean.
Well, you say with such enthusiasm. Oh, I thought you were saying hello to somebody. Hey, Ian, thanks for joining us. Oh, Wynn's here, too.
What up, Ian? Hey,
Yay,
man.
hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Ian. How are you, man?
Yeah, we've got already a nice little crowd. Okay, so let's do an opening toast right now that I've introed the show. Here's to making shit up on the spot.
Yeah.
Here.
Chink.
And I'll explain that in a few minutes. It's been a while since I've got the filibuster Boondogler whiskey that earlier this week, Ed, Andrea, and I, or last week, we did a review of this and like a bunch of other alcohols in a row.
Yeah.
And it was yummy.
Ian was there.
I'd like to say that I'm very much looking forward to finding the time to watching that. And I'm in no way jealous whatsoever that I'm the only member of the Talk of the Tavern team not taking part in drinking heavily communally.
Man.
Hey, the Kiwis are crushing
there you
Tonga.
go. I got my British wine out of the way to start the evening.
I don't know what that means. Is that like those little cute New Zealand birds and they're attacking a type of turtle? Kiwi
Poor turtles.
Tonga? I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm probably right. That's probably what it is. Ian, he's always supporting war between different species. Oh, okay. So, intros. Andrea, Night Owl Creations.
Hi. Oh, I have rum and Coke spiced rum is cracking. Yay. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
And paprika Pringles.
Ah.
They're my favorite.
And
You can't get them here.
And those also.
Club bars. Orange Club bars and paprika Pringles. From Kevin and Emily. Yay.
Yeah, I'm glad they arrived. Did the club bars arrive in better condition than the last
Yes,
batch?
much better.
They weren't melted.
We need to send
'Cause
chocolate.
it's snowing
in
here.
Now we've got the hang of this shit.
Which, by the way, there's no wonder we only send each other gifts like every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started.
The
Yeah.
fucking shipping. And then, just for everybody listening, Kevin and us, we want to send each other stuff. We mean well, but it just doesn't happen. When it does happen, like Andrea sent out a package to them and paid.
It cost over $30.
And then Kevin gets it, and he has to pay another $20.
What the hell?
And it's kind of like, what we put in there? Because we didn't have to pay extra when yours arrived. Oh, what is that?
Oh, you haven't opened it yet?
No, we're saving it for Christmas Day.
Is everything
Because,
in it wrapped?
It's still it's nice and securely wrapped. Yeah, everything's intact. It's in good condition. So
Oh, no,
we haven't.
Andrea.
I wrapped it well.
Is everything
Huh?
inside of it individually wrapped?
Kevin's stuff is wrapped all together, and
So
then
they-
the T-shirts are in the American Eagle plastic bag.
I like that we're using the show to just discuss our plans for Christmas.
Whatever.
Well, that's
screw it.
what it's like at the tavern. We're a bunch of people hanging out, having a good time.
That's what we do.
Oh,
I'm
speaking
not
of,
feeling very tapped yet. I haven't even had a chance to get a drink yet.
speaking of,
What the hell?
Have you noticed when we did the toast, I just went chink.
hey, you can't
You're
say
not
that.
supposed to say that.
Hey, watch it. Watch it.
As in the chink of a glass, I would like to clarify.
I'm
You
having
clarify
technical
not
difficulties. I
back
need to
from
leave.
Tap
We'll
out,
miss
tap
you.
Kevin, crew
Travis.
of I'm
Yes.
introducing you.
Oh, okay.
This
Go
is
ahead.
your introduction. Yet, yes, international shipping is insane. Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some leather books I sold him. Yeah, and we were like looking at it, going, maybe we put something wrong on the package. We shouldn't have told him was in there, and he wouldn't have had to pay. Why did you have to pay a customs fee, Kevin? What was
Because of the value of the contents of the package,
Okay, next
which
time
we
we're
didn't
putting
know.
$2.
No.
Really?
The key next time is that it has to be less than £39 British money, whatever that equates to in US at the time.
$400.
If it's less, if the value of the parcel is less than 39 quid, then I don't have to pay the import fee. I just have to pay like a £4 collection fee or something.
You still have to pay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's because it's coming in from America, so I get an import tax for not buying something British because I'm a disloyal bastard.
But you didn't buy it. It's a gift.
They don't give a shit.
Well, here's the thing. When I had it in a box and not the bubble mailer, it was $80. $86, actually.
I forget what M said it cost us to post yours, but it was, getting on for the same sort of money, it's
You got
yeah.
not $80.
No,
Okay,
but
like 30.
no, yeah, but it was about, I think 30 off the top of my head, about 32, 33 quid, I think.
Yeah, what I've told Andrea, we'll just go to amazon.co.uk, order shit for you, and have it shipped directly there. So
What we'll do is we'll just book a plane ticket and bring it.
yeah.
Cheaper.
We can pay $40 for the extra baggage. Okay.
If you order it as an American, do I automatically get it delivered by drone?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, no. Are you asking, do we get it delivered here by drone? No, we're in too rural of an area.
Too rural, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't. In fact, they're talking at the moment, actually, about bringing in new laws in Britain to limit the flight of drones, and because it's become such a wide hobby with people having like drone cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah. I see a lot of YouTubers doing that, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. I really don't think we need the overhead shot of my house or the street or wherever I'm visiting. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, let me introduce.
And the cows.
What are you going to drink tonight, Kevin?
I'm going to drink some coffee in a minute when I get the chance to go and get up and go and make a cup of coffee.
Go make coffee. We will talk to Ed for a minute, and
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to tap out.
Oh yeah, tap out button. Tap it. Yeah, just like that.
Kevin, I finished Punisher. He's gone.
We'll talk about it when he gets back. Okay, and last but not least, everybody's favorite. That's Ed.
Ed.
Hey, people, what the hell's going on? I am drinking, let's see, root. Yeah, root. Yeah.
With an
Peanut.
M, roots.
Yeah, roots. Yeah, when it's me, you only need one. Pinot Noir. And vaping chai tea tobacco.
Hey, do you want a bunch of our vaping stuff?
Sure.
I mean,
Okay.
even like the pen vape sticks, you want some of them too?
I don't know, but I'll take any juice that you
Okay,
got. I'll
that's
take
what I
your
figured.
juices.
Yeah, you will. What was it I said to one of the fat boys earlier when I was doing that live video, Andrea? He's like,
Something juicy.
No, it was like you need a double members, and I'm like, I already have a double member. Something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, this is why I don't listen to when you do that.
You were sitting in the other room giggling and commenting. You were listening. It's
Bob, I don't care.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. By the way, Ian, sorry your team
Oh, yeah.
sucks. Navy Dad, I've got something for you to vape on. You will feel very manly after that. Talking Towie.
Okay, we can
Yes,
do that.
we can pass those on to you. Will you be at MarsCon next month? And while you're answering that, Gene, hey baby, how are you? Good to see you.
Hi.
Oh, Gene, what's up, darling?
Gene, you know what? You need to bring Jeanette Macklin in. I don't know if she's up at this hour or not, but I know you guys hung out at Steampunk World's Fair. I don't know how close you are, but man, it'd be good to have her in. We're
That's
also
where I met her.
and we're discussing doing a second Talk of the Tavern during the week called Talk of the Tavern British Pub, where we focus on our British friends and our European friends and all that.
It'll be at a better hour for them.
Yeah, we're haggling, scheduling, and stuff like that at the moment.
All the Brits are fucking pussing out. They're just like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. My mommy said maybe. But yeah, we'll get it.
Well, obviously we can express an interest, but then at the last minute we'll want to pull out of it for no good reason
What do you
whatsoever.
like?
and
Every
fuck
fucking
everything
guest
up.
I scheduled
I
for
hate it
tonight's
when that
show.
happens.
Well, when
We
you pull out at the
saw that
last
she
minute and
hurt
fuck
her
it all up,
leg.
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, Gene, you saw she pulled her tendons or some ligaments, something like that. Yeah, we saw the picture of her knee and her boot. We wanted to know what that was a boot.
No.
I know. Okay, so Ed, what were you saying to Kevin before he really fucked off?
I finished, dude. I finished.
Okay, to be clear, he was pointing at the Punisher symbol on his hat.
Awesome, excellent. Are we allowed to talk about this now? Is there anyone on who hasn't seen it? Because I don't want to be the spoiler guy. So if there's anyone.
I haven't seen all of it, but that's okay because I fell asleep.
No, it's not. No, that's.
Yeah, no, it is because I'm still gonna watch it.
No. Well, if anyone else wants to talk about it,
I won't listen.
Kevin,
I personally, principle, because I hate it when it happens to me so much.
Let me help
will
you
not
out.
spoil it.
Kevin, let me help.
I don't care.
We could
He
talk
already told me.
about every episode beginning to end, and A, she won't fucking remember. B, she will watch the same series 4 and 5 times over, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I just watched the entire 6 seasons of Grimm again.
Now,
like 4 times.
Anybody listening, there's about to be spoilers for Netflix Punisher series. So there you go. So Ed, what do you think?
I enjoyed it. Like I said on a previous show, the first 2 or 3 episodes I was thinking and I probably wouldn't have hung with it, but I liked the character from the comic books, so I went ahead and hung with it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was very good, very, very well done. I thought
they cast it well. I thought the guy, I can't remember his name, but the actor who plays Micro, he's really good. He really carries that character.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I was almost frustrated with how much friction there was between the two of them for the whole season. I get it. It worked. But I was so used to the comic book where they were teammates and whatnot, but it's a trust building thing. It shows you they're planning on doing this for a while.
Yeah, I think it will come to
It will.
that
Yeah.
more like the comic books. Yeah.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
definitely.
you got to remember that this is like the moment where they've just met each other. So
Right.
there's no background, no history between these guys. The series of events that happens between the point where the two of them actually come face to face and it all ends is only a few short weeks,
Right.
given the pace of the show kind of thing. So it's not like they've had time to build the
Right.
rapport that they end up having with each other.
And I think
other
if
thing
it
that-
did come quicker, a lot of people would have been like, well, no, he's got trust issues. He's not going to do that
Right.
that quick.
And it adds
Exactly.
it adds extra depth during the series when you haven't got the kick-ass combat bits going on as well, because you've not only got the antagonism between Castle on one side and the bad guys on the other side, you've also got that rub between the two of them as well. So it's just like an extra dimension that gives the story a bit more depth.
As long as they don't do what they do on Arrow, which is every season reintroduce that same old, worn-down dynamic of now we're going to fight amongst ourselves. It's cool that they have a disagreement once in a while, but they need to realize, well, especially Castle being military, he feels it's a brotherhood and you're going to go with them above anybody else. So once he accepts Micro on that level, yeah, he can fight with him, but he's never going to break from him until he's given a real reason. So, yeah.
The other thing I really like that threw me a curveball, because obviously, to a certain extent, they've taken a little bit of license from the original story because it's for television, and they need to make it simplified slightly so that it's not too confusing for people who don't understand the lore. But Billy Russo, again, great, brilliantly acted character. And the moment I heard the name, if you are a Punisher fan, I was like, ooh, Jigsaw. But it confused me because obviously they've cast that character a bit differently. He's now a former army buddy of Frank working in security, whereas before,
excuse me, Marine Corps. Okay.
I'm sorry, Ed.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Sorry.
Fine.
At least he didn't say Air Force, okay?
Yeah.
Airfix. What, you mean like those kits you used to glue together as a kid? Anyway, so that kind of threw me, and I thought, well, maybe they're not going to do Jigsaw.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until, obviously, big spoilers, I'm sorry if you're watching, the mirror scene, when that suddenly came up and he did that, and I was like, there it is!
There
oh my
it
God!
is.
I was
There it is,
very
yeah.
happy to see that because, again, this lays the groundwork for next season beautifully.
Next season.
Yeah, without it
And
even being
and also it shows that they're intending to stick with recognizable Punisher lore, at least as a core of the series.
Right.
Obviously, there's going to be a bit of artistic license, but at least it's not very loosely based on.
like some of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that the movies were bad necessarily. It's just that if you are a hardcore Punisher fan, they never really got into the story as it is properly. They kind of skimmed the cool parts that made a flashy 90 minutes and missed a lot of the depth of the character.
Something I
enough
wanted
of that
to tell
anyway.
the viewers on Twitch. You know how sometimes we have people come in and they cannot chat, and we're like, oh, take it out of beta. I have found a second reason that may be happening. I have it set up so only people with a registered email, in other words, when they sign up, they go confirm that email, only they can chat. I've done this so we don't get people that just make up random names, come and harass, etc. So if you ever, for example, Gene, if you pop in and you can't chat, make sure you're logged in. Just a thought. Oh, what else do we have? Patreon, Gene. Patreon went, oops. Never mind, we're not going to do that fee change we mentioned, which means they'll do it 3 to 6
Too late.
months from now when nobody's looking, and they'll do it quieter and they'll do it in smaller steps. Or they'll grandfather people into the old way, and any new people, they'll figure out a way to get it in there. But as for right now, if you stay on Patreon, it's not changing. You're not being charged more, etc. I don't blame you, and I appreciate it. It's support wherever you like to support. We're just happy to have you guys here. You make
Absolutely.
you make the tavern a friendly
Tell
place.
your friends.
Like drunk Mr. Rogers.
Otherwise,
By
we're
the
just
way-
four.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we're just four odd people coming together for a very weird group communal therapy session once a week.
Dean is sipping on cherry Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not sure why you said it like
That's
that.
dirty.
Because the word cherry's in it?
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Andrea and I had one the other night when we went to see Star Wars. Which,
I don't think that's what he meant.
right, me neither. There was that little girl when I took the selfie who, like, ducked.
Yeah. Does anybody listening have the closed caption option on here? Because when we have videos on before we come on, like Bob Ross, we have closed caption option. I'm wondering if we have it on here.
I wonder.
I don't.
Let's see if
Because Ed
you...
and I were talking about this earlier.
Advanced. No. Playback issues. Quality. No. I don't know. What's that do
I
here?
don't see it.
Oh,
And I Googled it. Guide on how to do it. And it says click on the CC button, but I don't have a CC button.
yeah, I'm not seeing it myself.
It's gone. Yeah,
Crazy.
Well, I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
We are damned.
Damn
God
for a
damn it.
while, yeah. By the way, a quick thought on Star Wars. Decent movie, worth seeing, fun.
One word. Porgs.
I don't want to say any more than that, not because I'm worried about spoiling it, just because I'm content with what I saw, and yeah, I'm good. Let's see who else has joined us. I will not call you out of your lurker. Please feel free to lurk and hang out, but if I know your ass, I'm calling you out. I think
If
we
he does the
settled
rest
that.
of you, he'll call you out too.
That's right. I think we covered that. Let's go into a song. And by the way, I do have cannibal cooking written down as a topic, Kevin.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I have a few
we
other
can
friends
talk about that.
who are professional chefs, and I'm considering doing a culinary show, and in the third hour
About cannibals?
In the third hour, make it all about cannibal recipes for it. But I'm really worried about, the cops showing up after that Google search.
We'll talk off camera because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but there's a couple of other particularly weird types of cooking we could cover as well. So yeah, talk to me about that idea.
Nice. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, song. What do we got for our first song? Our first song is going to be Bob Rivers with It's the Most Fattening Time of the Year. So you guys
It
on
is.
White Party Radio, you rock, and everybody else on Radio Real, you're awesome. Enjoy this song. The rest of us are going to hang out here on twitch.tv/Talk of the Tavern and chat in our chat box. I'm just saying you can come over and hang out too if you want. Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay, here, hold on. Let's play this.
Come hang.
There we go. Got that playing. Yep, we could do roadkill cooking too. Yeah, definitely we could discuss that.
Yeah.
I want to wait till everybody else. Ed, that thing that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I want to wait till we get more people on just in case that's something people would be interested in doing.
Yeah, and they can help with that too.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's why I want more people on. I figure maybe just before we go into This Week in History, we could bring that up.
Okay.
I agree, and by the way, yeah, I think pork-based recipes would be best suited.
You think? But isn't human flesh more like beef?
No, actually, it's very, very similar to pork.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or alligator.
The texture and how it cooks and how it reacts to temperature as well.
It reacts like this.
If you cooked a human being in the traditional sort of, stuck them
Which
on a
we haven't.
bonfire and set fire to them type imagery, they'd probably taste horrible because actually the heat would probably be way too intense and it would burn it rather than cook it.
Yeah, especially with
in-
American fat
In
rolls.
theory, you would. That would be a very good point, actually. Yeah.
We just
I
burst
hadn't
in flames.
considered that. Jesus, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, where the hell would you get a skillet big enough?
Here's
Anyway,
a horrible fact. Going back to World War II and the Jews, there has been like German soldiers that have come out and said, yeah, when we put them in the ovens, we didn't even use an accelerant because the fat from the bodies were enough. And yeah, and that's horrible, but hey, it's a truth, and it just happens. Oh, thanks
You can
for the
make candles out of
cheers.
fat.
Thank you, Gene. Wait a minute. Did Gene just cheer for
Gene
the cannibal
just cheered.
for the cannibal thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
thank you, Gene.
It's Charlie Brown
We
Tree.
appreciate-
Hey, that's
Sick,
cool.
Appreciate your
sick
Christmas
puppy.
cannibal cheer.
You know, I don't even see how to clip it now. How do we clip?
Oh, it's Charlie Brown Tree.
I'm just writing down the time because I can't figure out how to
Yeah,
clip.
do it, yeah.
So
Cannibal
So-
cooking.
Yeah, you can make soap out of the fat. Thank you, Fight Club, for that bit of education.
Oh, yeah. Soap, candles. I would not know.
Human
Robin,
barbecue
you're
ribs.
sick, baby. We're no. We're not having ribs next time I do human ribs. Next time I do a roast. No.
What if it's
It's
somebody you
rump
don't?
roast.
You know, and that's if you don't like the person, so you'd actually go through with this. Would you really want to eat them if you don't like them?
Oh, hell no.
Or do you think they just leave a bad taste in your mouth?
Oh.
Now, Bob, I can get behind that.
Bob, I'm curious. When you're using certain words like boobs, you're throwing the X's over the vowels. Has it blocked you from using? Because I don't have word filters up there. So I'm just curious if it's blocked you and something's up that I don't know about. Or do you use like...
Bob is trying to be politically correct. You believe that shit?
What?
Well, he might be, instead
No.
of politically correct PC, he might be being politely considerate PC. Just saying.
Also, I don't know about hollandaise with something deep fried, Bob. I'm not sure I'd want to put hollandaise sauce on the
America,
top of something
fuck you.
that had any kind of oily coating on the outside. You'd have to be really conscientious about drying off whatever you deep fried, like your
But
boobs.
hollandaise sauce might be good on the asparagus.
Yeah.
Oh, that is an absolute classic combination, especially if you add in something like a small piece of salty bacon or pancetta and a poached egg, because all four of those flavors together are an absolute explosion in the mouth. But let's not get into food stuff, where I'll talk for
No
hours.
explosions in the mouth, Kevin.
Okay, no exploding in the mouth this early. We'll save that for the third.
I do like the fact that we went into cannibalism and eating people and we lost a viewer.
But then everybody else kind of like...
Travis, did we lose them? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Maybe there was somebody that we didn't like. And nom, nom, nom.
Tune in next week for the Talk of the Tavern buffet.
Clip it. You should clip that.
I wrote a very short story once called Overtime, which was about a chef that killed his boss in an argument and then ground him up in an industrial mincer and turned him into pate and served him as entrees at a function the following day to dispose of the body.
And everybody raved about how good it was, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm changing the topic of the show, so it's actually...
Cannibalism.
Welcome to Impromptu
I
Cannibalism.
told you we
right?
could run with this one.
Yeah, I just love how like our whole viewing audience is like, I got shit to say about this one.
Just change the title to I Met a Guy, and then I cooked him.
I did just say I saw a met a guy.
I ate a guy.
Yeah, you did.
Did anybody else? Did the title change for anybody else
For what? On Twitch or
on
Facebook?
Twitch?
No. Let's
Okay,
talk of
now
the
it
tavern.
changed. Now it's changed for me. So it's no longer, the where's Victor and the Bully? I know, Gene, if we do the British version, I'm looking to get
We
them
want
on a
them on
couple
there.
times. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily as a regular host, though that would be fun too, but just in general, have them on every month or three to hang out for a show. That'd be cool.
And
Yeah, because they're fun.
What, Kev?
I live on an island which is essentially used to corral all of the weird, wonderful, and bizarre people of Britain into one easily remediable area. So I've got all kinds of odd local characters I can bring in that could prove highly entertaining.
Pretty much all your friends, family.
Yeah, we met Greg.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Greg's awesome as well. So we're really looking forward to getting him involved, and he's quite eager about that as well. So if anyone's not heard of him, obviously go look up The Last Airship, which is Greg's current project.
Third
That's
episode comes out tonight.
Remember the beginning, Greg's very conscientious about that. So on his behalf as a fellow Islander, thelastairship.com. Please go and follow him and support him.
Hey, Bob, it's not just a
Where the
thigh
hell did
bone
you
that
hear
makes
that?
a good soup. There's another bone that makes a pretty good soup, too.
Yeah, it is.
Dear Lord. Yeah, you got to get the seasoning right, though. It's easy to get it overly salty.
Or too creamy.
Yeah, too much thickener is always a problem.
So, the topic this week... So I met this guy. The concept is, for not only us, but you guys watching here on Twitch, we're going to talk about people we've met throughout our travels and our days. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them funny, some of them annoying, some we adore, respect, or like. I think Gene is asking for that recipe.
Which recipe?
I don't know. She said, Ed.
I think she wants a combination of a thick, creamy guy or something.
Okay, nice.
Or wants us to shut up about it, one or the other.
I'll see if I can find something on PM you later.
Gene, I just want to say, remember, we're on camera, but you're not. I think the message got across there.
So,
yeah, we're just going to talk about cool people we've met, which, by the way, Andrea, to help us out. Oh, a seasonal.
Thank you, Gene.
That's actually what I wanted to talk about this. Yeah, she has cheered, and it unlocked gifts, as in gift. So, yeah, here, I got a link for this. Basically, Twitch has put in holiday emotes, and if you cheer enough, you get to use them till mid-January or whatever. And once we hit 250 cheers...
Wow, she's now our top tier. Hey, Greg's here.
Hey.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
We're just talking about you and telling everybody the website of thelastairship.com. So, good to see you, buddy. And Gene, thanks for unlocking that with that cheer. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you very much, Gene.
500 bits, man.
Wow.
You're awesome, Gene. Thank you.
Does that mean I can use the holiday emotes now?
I looked, I don't
Are
see
you
them.
special enough?
Oh, I see the snowman head. There's this. Boink.
Mm.
There we go. And they should blast that white creamy head all Thanks, Gene.
All over the chat box. It took Gene to unlock our white creamy head for us.
With a yellow
And clip that.
Wow, we're doing much better on the
Firing on the
material.
clips tonight. Yeah, man.
Unlock white. You know, I feel like it should all be one clip. You know, with everything, it'd just be like an 8-minute video. Okay, so has anybody met anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to talk about it? It's fucking therapy. How'd that make you feel?
He's a weird fuck, man. I was really uneasy.
Wait, are you talking about me? Did you meet me? Is that what we're on now?
Well, it was around 2001, 2002. I was working as a security officer at Department of Motor Vehicles in Tysons Corner, Virginia. And I was in the break room one day, and there's this guy in there smoking a cigar.
In the
It's
break
a
room?
little weird. Yeah. Yeah, because I worked for this woman who broke all the rules. She let you smoke inside because she was a smoker.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I'm a chef. We don't get away with that shit these days.
It was my ex-mother-in-law.
Who I adored.
So we got to talking cigars. Then the next thing you know, I found out we're both interested in Ren fairs. You know, and the next thing I know, he's got me tied up on Monday nights doing this show. You know, he's a little weird fuck. But I enjoy spending time with him.
By the way, anybody want to be in a werewolf anthology? Hold on a second, because Tara, somebody who I work with, and Andrew, I'm going to create a message group between the three of us here. Do this, because this kind of applies to you. She wants to know if anybody else wants in, I think. There we go. That's her message. We'll look into it. There we go. Okay.
Bob, if it makes you feel any better, they use charcoal for the eyes.
They do. They do. And if you use, if you use the slushy snow on the side of the road, you can make a snowman of color, or snow woman of color, or snow gender neutral of color.
No color.
Frosty Thump.
Don't get into
See,
that.
she's got a Illuminati tree and Frosty Thump. Where did you find those? Those are cool.
Under the all emote
Oh, I
thing.
see it. Yeah. We got some holiday ones in there. What else we got? We got Poke Weevil. What the fuck is that? Party
painful.
Popper. Mind Manners. Bag of Memes. Where'd Wynn go?
Oh,
Is
Lord.
Wynn still with us? She knows all this stuff. She's very smart.
I don't know. You ran her away.
Did I?
She left when
I
we
don't
started
know.
talking about cooking people.
Probably.
Oh, there's a dreidel.
She's still there.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. With my dreidel, I'm playing.
She's probably waiting for us to actually get on the topic. But
Probably not.
there's going to be little of that tonight.
There will be.
What topic?
Yeah.
A little topic here and there.
Whatever.
I've told the story about when I lived with Jim Henson's son. I've told that 2 or 3 times. I don't think I need to repeat that. I suspect
We
most
did a
of you-
show about that.
We did.
Yeah.
Now, when I lived in New York, do you guys remember the movie Live and Die in L.A.?
Nah.
No.
I don't. The only reason you should know that is because the soundtrack was by Wham and Great. Other than that, oh, you're cutting out werewolf. I got
Nice.
brown foam, cut out gingerbread men, and then used like puffy paint to decorate them like gingerbread superheroes. I love those damn things. So, by the way,
And so do the cats, because I had to pick them up from all over the house today.
you know what? Maybe I should. When I might add you to this Facebook group. Message. Because Tara's not listening. You know what? Maybe we can get Tara in here. Wouldn't that be funny? Let's see if I can get her in there. Let's see. Who else did? Now, at conventions, doing conventions, Andrea and I have met a lot of people.
Yep.
Like who?
William Kircher.
Specifics would be.
You want to
William Kircher.
tell the story about him? He was very cool.
If you don't know who he is, he played one of the dwarves in the Hobbit movies.
Biffer?
Zipper, yeah. And really nice guy. We were working at this convention in New York, doing celebrity photos and stuff. And I asked him, like, did you really sing in the movie? And he started singing. I melted. It was great.
We had to clean up the wet
Best
spot.
memory
Yeah,
ever.
He sang the dwarf song from The Hobbit, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Misty Mountains.
Yeah.
Mm.
Misty Mountains, yeah. Oh, my God. It was great.
Yeah,
So
he was
that's my
very
story.
nice. We met John Delancey, who played Q on Star Trek The Next Generation. He was pretty cool.
Nice.
Bit of a germaphobe.
He would have to be.
Why?
Because I hate that fucking character.
Yeah, he's a character is douchish.
I like his other characters.
We did.
Other stuff.
He's a germaphobe because there was one time he had a big line of people waiting, and he's like doing the meet and greet, shake hands thing, and like the next guy in line as he's shaking this guy's hand is like just digging in his nose, and then steps up and immediately puts that hand out to be shaken, and he's like, ugh.
No.
So now there's a lot of Purell and fist bumps. There we go.
He
But you never know where that fist might have been, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Dirty.
So who's the nicest famous person you've met? Would it be the dwarf guy, or is there anybody else that's like anybody? I'm just curious. I know who mine is. I'll tell you mine in a minute. That's what. But
I'm just trying to think of who's the nicest.
Karen Gillan was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sean and Karen Gillan from Doctor Who, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy, and now Jumanji.
No, what's her name from S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Elizabeth Hemstridge.
I really liked her.
I like Sean Mayer from Firefly. He was awesome.
He was nice. Always talking about his kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Who's yours, Kevin?
Rod Stewart.
Really?
Yeah. Just absolutely genuinely really nice, down-to-earth guy. I used to work in security for a few years for a national company called All Purpose, who specialised in big venue security. So we used to do concerts, festivals, football matches, and all the prestigious events like the Snooker Masters final, the Horse of the Year show, Crufts, the famous dog show, all that kind of crap. And so, I did a gig at Earl's Court, and he did 5 nights, I think. And in the middle, the third night, was his 50th birthday. Yeah, that would date it for you.
Because he's like 90 now.
Yeah, right, yeah. And so Earl's Court, for those of you who aren't in the UK, is 2 big arenas, so you can potentially have 2 different events going on. Now, on this occasion, he was in Earl's Court 1, and there was nothing next door. So what he did was he got them to block a small area of it off with some curtains and stuff, and he basically created like a little backstage party area, and he threw a party for some celebrity friends backstage after he'd finished the concert on the third night, because that was the night of his birthday, and then afterwards went back to his hotel to do birthday with his family or whatever. And so they asked me and 3 other guys if we'd stay on and do the door for this party, and so we worked till about, I think, 3 in the morning or something, and he was one of the last guys out. And he came out and he shook all our hands and he thanked us and, said, I really appreciate you guys sticking around, and you do get acknowledged quite a bit when you work in security, but it's normally with just like a nod of the head or a cheers, mate, or something like that, So it's unusual that someone actually stops and takes the time. And it wasn't because he was drunk, because he hadn't been drinking that evening, or he'd had a couple, but he was just genuinely nice, down to earth, stopped, chatted to us for a couple of minutes. And he disappeared back in to go and get his coat, and because he'd come out to tell his driver he was ready to go. And he stuck his head back out the door and he went, any of you boys drink tequila? And we're all like, yeah. He's like, okay. And disappears off again. And then when he came back out, he had 4 bottles of tequila. And he's like, no one ever drinks this shit. They always bring it when they set these bars up for these events, and it's always the only thing that's untouched at the end of the night. No one dares go near the tequila. Oh. So we had a bottle of tequila each off of him as well. He signed a few bits and pieces so we could take it back for like mums and aunties and stuff. So yeah, he was just a really nice, genuine, down-to-earth guy. Massively famous. The crowd that night had been enormous, and yet he was like, you just bumped into a guy in the pub on a Sunday afternoon and had a chat for 15 minutes. Absolutely lovely bloke.
I was telling Jen when I was talking to her about the show earlier. By the way, for anybody that doesn't know, Jen runs Red Show Daddy-O, where we broadcast out of. Awesome woman. And I said, I don't ever expect to reach this level of stardom that I'm about to talk about. But if I did, and I was like on a movie set or in a talk show or whatever, I would always tell whoever my handler is, anybody that asks if they can come over or take a picture or get something signed, absolutely bring them over. I have, I don't see why you wouldn't be accessible to your public within reason, because there's some crazy fuckers.
Within reason, because
I think that's the problem, isn't it? The cult of celebrity, just being famous for being mildly famous. It's made it now to the point where, and I've seen this, and it's quite interesting actually. there is, to a certain extent, the same kind of detachment from reality with certain levels of celebrity that you see with figures like politicians or particularly introverted people, basically anyone who doesn't integrate on a daily basis with normal society, that for whatever reason. Very rich people would be, another example.
Andrea, did you see what Ian said, by the way?
I did, and I wanted to say something, but I was waiting.
Okay, go on.
No, go on. Go for it. I'll come back to that in a minute.
She's awesome.
Bridget the Midget.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I also worked at a strip club, a go-go bar. I was a cook there for a while. And Bridget the Midget was coming to perform. Well, it was one of my friend's bachelorette party, and we were all going to go. She couldn't get in because she wasn't old enough, because she was 20, not 21 yet. Well, everybody bailed to go see Bridget the Midget perform, so it was just me and the person I was giving the party for. We didn't get to go. Still, I still would like to see her perform. So.
Now, Wynn says she went to school with Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer.
Oh.
Now, did you meet him? Did you know him? Was he the weird guy in school?
Did he share his lunch with you?
Would you like some lady fingers? Yes, Kevin.
Now, would you believe in coincidence, but I actually have a story that ties both of those two previous events together.
That's awesome.
Of course, we were talking about cannibalism earlier, so yeah.
So we got? We've got Jeffrey Dahmer, and what were we on before that?
I don't know. You was asking who was the most personable, famous person we met.
Oh no, there's something else. Anyway, something to do.
Bridget the Midget
right.
and
No,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Of course, Bridget the Midget. Thank you. Okay, sorry, my brain slipped out of gear for a moment there. Right, so I have a story that links dwarves and Jeffrey Dahmer, and it revolves around my friend Sarah. And my friend Sarah's quite an alternative kind of person. She's got facial scarifications, massive amounts of tattoos, etc., etc. Just to give you the kind of idea of the kind of person she is. So she's pretty out there. And recently, she tried for the first time out of curiosity dating using Tinder, which is a dating app for those of you who don't know. And she hit it off with a guy who lives just across the water from us here. And she said that she knew that the moment she was going to hit it off with him and get along with him conversation-wise was when on their first conversation on Tinder, they ended up chatting about dwarves and midgets. And the first picture that she sent him on Tinder was a picture of her wearing a very unattractive picture of her wearing a pair of Star Wars pajamas. And he commented
about that.
Anyway, he commented at various points between that first conversation and the first time they met in real life that he was really amused by dwarves. But that he thought her Star Wars pajamas were absolutely horrendous. And she jokingly said, well, I'm going to wear them on our first date. And he said, if you do, I will just turn around and walk out, die of shame. Now, Sarah likes upping the bar on everyone that she knows. If you get to know Sarah, you'll realise this. So when Sarah turned up across the water in a bar to go and meet him for their first date, she not only turned up wearing her Star Wars pajamas,
but she was a midget.
No, she hired a professional midget to accompany her on the date for the evening. His name was Derek. She's got photographic proof of this. He was quite cool with this. Apparently, he's an actor. He's been in bit part stuff on TV and the usual kind of thing. But he also apparently gets a lot of this work. Sometimes he's hired for corporate events to just wander around and hand stuff out because people find it odd or amusing to be handed stuff by a dwarf with a tray or something. And occasionally he gets just odd requests like Sarah ringing him up and going, hey, how much would you charge me to just come and sit in the pub with me and a bloke I've never met on a first date for a couple of hours?
Okay, so he's a professional midget, so
yeah,
are the rest of them not professional?
The rest are amateur midgets. They're not good at
yeah,
being midgets.
The thing that links that and Jeffrey Dahmer is Sarah, because one of her other fascinations is serial killers, and she has as a souvenir a letter Jeffrey Dahmer wrote to somebody. I don't remember the name of the recipient. It wasn't her. She bought it subsequently, on which he drew a very, very good very accurate cartoon of Bugs Bunny.
Huh.
I have a related story, which, by the way, before we go into related stories, Wynn, once again, did you know him personally? What kind of personality did he have when you explored
Yeah.
him? I'm curious about that. Bob, to answer your question, which I'm not sure it's facetious or not, why are most serial killers white? They have done extensive studies on that, and there are psychological reasons, which Andrea is going to comment on.
See, that's why I'm
Well,
questioning that DC
it's
sniper
not that
thing.
it's not that most serial killers are white. It's the ones that are caught are white.
Whites are just bad at it.
What are you trying to say?
That if you're going to kill somebody, you're going to do a better job than us. Like not showboat and go, look, I ate their little piggies too.
And leave them in the freezer. Don't do that.
Right. Do it in the winter where you can leave them out in the snow.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And that way, you know, somebody
Hey,
shows it.
I have Krampus canes.
Yeah, she does.
Fire and brimstone flavor.
Are you laughing at Bob?
Yes.
It's true, Bob.
It's
Go
true.
on about your Krampus canes.
Krampus canes, fire and brimstone flavor. Did you get these from Retro?
Yeah, she sells them here. Along with, there are coffee
Retro Daddy-O.
canes and a few other Krampus flavors. Krampus always sounds like a menopause or a menstruation problem.
It is.
I've got the Krampus. Oh, me too. They're so bad this month.
I know it says fire and brimstone, but it reminds me of bacon and cinnamon.
You know,
Mhm.
I don't
Wynn
know.
just responded saying he was super introverted, totally socially awkward, generally the kid that all the other kids knew, quote, wasn't right in the head and avoided. Now, I know of
I
a
know some of those.
certain famous person, not famous in the good way, I guess infamous, who comes into Retro Daddy-O and shops. And I don't know if I should mention it on air or not.
We can talk about it after the show, and I'll definitely mention it next week.
Pressure's off of Travis because that'll let him slip.
Yeah. He's got this one.
There we go. I just slipped it to you in a secret message.
Ian, you're funny. He slipped into Ed.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'll talk about that motherfucker any day of the week.
Gangbangers just don't have the same panache or need for celebrity that we insecure honkies have. Still serial killers, technically. I'm just kind of offended that you don't think a cracker could be a gangbanger.
Yeah, look at your hat, man. You
Oh.
Much of that depends also on your definition of the word gangbanger.
I assume he means porn star.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, what other kind is there? Because I'm a honky, I don't know.
I think I'm offended by that.
Well, we'll ask somebody if you're allowed to be. Wait, you're female, so one up, you're allowed. See, originally on this show, we had one guest up, a whole topic around a character that they play, and they backed out because we are too risque.
Too risque.
Too racy, and possibly could be damaging.
Yeah.
Not yet, till Ed puts on his song.
In their professional, or takes it off. Damaging if somebody heard this person on the show, and totally understand. I get it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we
doesn't mean we're not going to joke about it.
We're like dinner with Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Lisa Lampanelli, and Rodney Dangerfield. And I don't know which one of us
That would be a
is which.
dinner party.
That would be a hell of a dinner party, wouldn't it?
I'm not cooking, though.
Bill Hicks being Goat Boy.
You are just giving Bob a thrill tonight, Andrea.
Good. Go ahead and
suck on that pole, girl.
Give us a tip. Go to Patreon. Support us. So I can buy more candy
He
canes.
does support us on Patreon. He should cheer
Yes,
bits.
he does.
He should cheer bits.
Whatever.
Or
Help
subscribe.
Andrea buy more candy canes.
Is this where I should do the thing with the straw?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Huh? I've
You
shown
need
you
a beer
this,
bottle.
Kevin, but I did it with a long neck beer bottle for you.
Uh-huh. Quite funny.
Anyhow, where was I? Oh, then our second guest is actually a guy I did some writing work for his graphic novel. I wrote for it. And I was just going to bring him on because he seemed like an interesting, fun guy. And he had to back out because, like you, Kevin, he works in restaurants and 'tis the season, so hours shot up.
Yeah.
And I understand that. So I went, screw it, we'll keep with the same topic of so I met a guy. And just work it out to the people we've met, because I'm sure we've met a plenty.
There's always a guy.
Now,
I got this guy.
here's the gasoline. I'll throw the match on in a second. Matt Damon has been in the news again. 6 to 9 months ago, he was in the news because he basically went, if you work in Hollywood, keep your personal life and your sexuality out of the news. He was giving a recommendation going, Hollywood is assholes, they will just tear you up. What the public, or certain people in the public, got out of this is, I hate gay people, and you shouldn't tell anybody if you're gay. And that blew up. Which that's not what he said. So recently, last week, he was interviewed on ABC, and he said he was asked about the Harvey Weinstein stuff. And he went,
Yeah,
well, first of all, yeah. Well, he's worked with Harvey, and he's like, this is, when Miramax was big, putting out great movies, that's who you wanted to be with. You would even take pay cuts or whatever to work with that company. And Harvey was, but anyhow, he started out his explanation with, let me say, first of all, it's great that women are now being empowered. This stuff is coming out. This stuff does need to be addressed and taken care of and not happen. And he said, but we live in a culture of outrage. And a pat on the butt should not be treated the same as rape or child molestation.
And he was talking about, what's his name, too?
Well, he went on to say, Louis C.K., for example, 2 or 3 women came out and said, he did this to me. And Louis C.K., who he doesn't know personally but likes his comedy, basically took responsibility. He stood up and went, they're telling the truth.
He's like, yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think it's great that he took personal responsibility, which is something we're not teaching our children to do when you throw up a press smokescreen and run and hide. And I think this is something we can work with. What the public took away from this was, he says it's okay to sexually abuse women.
Yeah,
And
fake news.
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And we've seen a lot of that in the last 2 or 3 years or so.
Yeah, well, I actually reached out to him and tried to contact him through his publicity agent and tried to get him on the show tonight because I thought it'd be fun, we had these other 2 people canceled.
But
Let's
it's
get
too
Matt
short
Damon
notice,
on instead.
so.
Yeah, he didn't get back to me. I just emailed him last night because I went, this is a good idea. I should do that. Yeah, let's do that right now at 8 o'clock at night.
It'll be in a couple months because he's busy right now, so.
Oh, here's something else. We're about to go into a song and then come back with This Week in History. So we want Talk of the Tavern patches, like the logo in the middle of the screen right there that you guys can see. And we want it just like the sign, without the little hooks and without the white around it. And I found a place that will do them for $150 for 100 of them. No setup fees, no shipping, free shipping. Or they could do them round with the logo exactly how it is. And then we have the pretty, like, embroidered edges. Same price, though. No price difference. Now, what I'm saying is that's not in my budget right now. But if
We need your money, damn it.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to help out and support this,
Merry Christmas.
Andrew would eat more candy canes on it.
Yeah, and she's eating one that's got chocolate in it, too.
Because we're poor as fuck. So if you want us to give you nice shit and send it to you, you need to help us cover the cost of sending it. Because we ain't paying for it out of our own pocket till we're rich.
But
then we'll send you a Mercedes.
We're pretty rich right now, and I spent all my money sending stuff to Kevin.
Yeah.
International shipping fees have made us all broke. Now we need to coin it back.
By the way, Jean is now our top toaster. She has
You go, girl.
Andrea's second place, and then Football Plays It, which is your boy Ed. He's third.
By the way, Gene, the question you asked me earlier, please send me another message tomorrow, or I won't remember. But you can send me another message tomorrow as early in the morning as you want, and I'll get on it.
Wow. Did she ask you for sex?
Ah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Hold on, we got a song
He's going to
here.
get on there, right?
Here's Rachel Bloom with her parody of Santa Baby. Here's Hanukkah Honey. And we'll be back
Oh, I love the song.
on White Party Radio and Radio Real in just a couple minutes. Twitch, you're stuck with us.
Sorry, you poor bastards.
Increase membership. Send her some beef sticks. I did buy her
Hickory Farms.
a box of sausages.
Smoked summer sausage?
Summer sausage.
No, I saw about those. Educate an uneducated Brit here. What the fuck is a summer sausage, and why are you eating it in December?
Okay, we're going to tell you the cultural thing with us. What it actually is, we don't know because we just eat things.
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Andrea.
It's smoked.
It's basically.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's basically the summer cows and stuff.
Oh.
They kill them.
Okay, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kevin, what it is, so when we slaughter the summer cows, I now know that. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
There is, in the winter, these beautiful gift boxes with 2 to 3 rather small sausages, about 6 inches and only about that thick.
Hickory Farms.
Yeah.
With a spicy mustard, some crackers, and then some cheeses. And it's not like a nice hard cheddar. They generally do softer cheeses, but cheddar is...
Just like a little deli box.
Pretty much, yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're wonderful and delicious one time a year. If they are
Only
around,
at Christmas is it good.
yeah, if they were year-round, you'd be like, I don't want to eat those. But they only show up at Christmas, and you got them as a kid, so they're great now. Yeah, Ed?
But see, it's smoked sausage, and it lasts fucking forever. It never expires. So the middle of summer, when Ed doesn't want to cook dinner, okay, Teresa is stuck eating smoked summer sausage and
Yes, she
cheese
is.
and wine for supper. And it's some of the best meals sometimes, if you know what I mean.
You know how we talk about the Christmas platters with like the cold cuts and the veggies and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You go slice up the summer sausage, throw some crackers, and cut your block of cheese up, and you lay that out too.
It comes with all of that, and it, like I said, it doesn't expire the way it's packaged. You have sausage, you have the cheese, you have crackers, and this mustard. Oh my God! I found out they sell it in a big jar now.
Yeah, they have 2 mustards. One is a sweet and spicy. The other one is just a nice horseradish-based mustard, and it's good.
Wow.
Now, is it horseradish based, or is it like an actual mustard, like an English Coleman's or a French like that?
You guys have much better mustards than we do here.
Because we define that. Because we have horseradish sauce.
This is a mustard with horseradish in it. So
with
like
horseradish
a
in it.
very strong Dijon with a little less vinegar in it.
Okay, right.
I'm
just trying because when you're talking to a British person, immediately, first of all, we get very snippy about the difference between English and French mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Right. One uses 3 fingers. We're coming back in 3 seconds here.
I don't think I like French mustard. It's that yellow stuff, right?
I am misted.
No, that's actually English. English mustard is the bright yellow one.
Hey, let's do another toast. Here's to the spicy, creamy stuff we love to shove in our face with sauce.
Yeah, baby.
Here.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, so there we go. Let's wrap up that highly interesting conversation about mustard.
Ed, what happened this week in history?
Did you have something you wanted to speak of before, or was that the Matt Damon thing?
Oh, it was Matt Damon. There was something else. It was the patches.
Oh, okay. We covered all that. All right, this week in history.
Which, by the way, if anybody does want to help or just do the patches, just contact me after the show or off the show, and yeah, we'll talk it over.
Before I start talking about history, Kevin, do you want to respond to Bob's statement there?
Your poor cousins across the pond have no culinary reverence. Summer meat. To each their own. I mean, to be honest, this is one of the things I love about food, isn't it? Is that every culture has its odd, weird quirks, strange foods, things that only ever appear at seasonal periods.
I have a comment for you here. 2 weeks ago, we're on the show, Kevin, and you mentioned poor American food, which is so bland. Did you know here in the U.S., the British are legendary for having the most bland food possible?
Yeah, I can kind of understand that. And to a certain extent, especially based around the way we used to cook a lot of stuff in, I'd say, the period from sort of like the 30s to the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, that would be the 1730s.
It's probably justifiable. Yeah, that's as modern as we get. But during the whole of that period, anything that was produced in the UK that was really sort of notable in terms of fine dining wasn't English cooking. It was French.
Oh.
A lot of English chefs wouldn't like to admit that, but it was based on classic French cuisine, a lot of what became, at the time...
And your spicy food was Indian food, which is equivalent to our Mexican food.
Yeah, or completely invented by us.
Right.
As a pale pastiche of. So the most popular curry in terms of like what people would order off a menu in a restaurant in the UK would be a chicken tikka masala, which doesn't exist. It was a dish invented by the Brits. You know, the irony is that we not only appropriated the Indians' food, but we just made this terrible pale pastiche of it of our own.
America is no stranger to this. We have done this with so many Italian dishes, Chinese food. Yeah, Chinese food they're like, you want what? Oh wait,
seasonal stuff. Panettone. Right, this is a thing in the UK. For some strange reason, no one goes into a supermarket and goes, you know what I really fancy today? A really weird, high-baked Italian cake with a load of icing sugar over it. But at Christmas, suddenly the fucking things are everywhere. Every supermarket I go into,
fruitcake,
racks of panettone.
Fruitcake.
By the way, I like a good fruitcake.
Teresa loves fruitcake. I can't stand
it. Well, that's because she
is it the same
thing
as
rum,
here?
Right?
We're talking about a really dark, dense cake
with candied fruits in it, and then you soak it in some sort of alcohol, whiskey or rum.
Bourbon, usually. Yeah.
I use bourbon. I use rum.
Most people
I use rum in a rum cake.
Depending on the fruit I've got in there, rum or brandy. If I've got a lot of sweet
use rum
fruit
when I make it.
I tend to use brandy because it has a slightly less sweet flavor at the end, so it kind of balances it.
Ed, at Tyson's Quarter in DMV, you remember the tall, thin, black guy, older. I don't think he became an assistant, but he might have.
Walker.
I think so. But his wife, during Christmas, sent in rum cake. Do you remember the rum cake, Ed?
Oh, I never made a rum cake and brought in there?
No, but you made a slide to this. You picked up and you smelled the alcohol wafted, and it drizzled alcohol at the bottom, and I'm like, I like it a lot. Yeah, that was one of my black friends that says he still experiences, and this was 2000-ish, he still experienced racism on a daily basis just going into stores. And when I mentioned that to you, Ed, you actually said, you know what? I think he's of a generation where he looks for it, he expects to find it, so he does. Yes, Walker, the brother Texas Ranger. Okay, what happened this week in history, Ed? Stop stalling.
First, shout out to Victoria. She just joined us. She's drinking cranberry juice with Rocky Road ice cream. All right, that's okay. Hey, but glad to see you, darling. Kevin, you want to give Victoria your usual greeting?
Hi, Victoria.
Second, before we go into this week in history,
I like your drinking shot tonight, by the way. That's a lovely wine glass you put up, Ed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we go into this week in history, when we started talking about summer sausage, we lost 2 listeners. I guess they just couldn't handle it. But anyway, this week in history.
Fucking vegans.
As I told Travis earlier before the show, this is geek weekend for me. Another Star Wars movie came out. I love Star Wars. Wow, this is like major geekage for me. So this week in history, major geekage. This past weekend was the 39th anniversary of Christopher Reeve's Superman. I don't know if that'll go down as a classic or not, but hey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how can it
It's
not?
one of the movies that helped to bring comics back to the big screen. So, hey, that's good stuff. 15 years ago today, The Two Towers was released. Okay, no geekage here. Got to do one serious one in here. It's history. December 18th, 1865. Give us three. The 13th Amendment of the Constitution was formally adopted, abolishing slavery.
And what, 1972 you said that was?
1865.
I was close, because...
Yeah, you were close. Yeah. But some will debate whether or
I'm
not
just
it's...
saying, when it's 150 years ago, it feels like we should be a little fucking further along than we are.
We're all right. People just got to stop being so fucking sensitive, Bob. December 18th, 1961. I love this. I can't help it. I got to say this one every year because I love this song so much. The Tokens, which there wasn't a fucking black eye in the group, hit number one with The Lion Sleeps Tonight. So.
Well, there
That's
was
an
one,
amazing
but it got
tune.
ate by the lion when he was carrying all the luggage through the jungle.
Did. So, I'm going to go ahead and post that video if anybody wants to go check out The Tokens.
Just be careful, because it's one of those tunes that gets stuck in your head really easily, and then the urge to suddenly start singing it to yourself is only ever a whim away, a whim
That's
away,
right,
a
thank
whim
you.
away.
I was going to go there if you didn't.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
So, current events. We talked about it a little. We'll talk about it some more now if you guys want to.
Good.
Star Wars The Last Jedi was released this past weekend. It sits at number 2 for the biggest box office for an opening weekend. Star Wars The Force Awakens sits at number 1.
There we go. Because it's cool stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's right. So, okay, I guess we got my turn, right?
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. I'm in the middle. Hold on, I gotta touch this here and then click that there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. What? Wait, what?
Push up buttons.
Okay. Okay, so I've got, what do I got? Actually, 2 science articles. Now, some of you guys might have read about this, and I just love these things. They have found a interstellar object. Now, they did this through the use of our massive telescopes and whatnot that we use. This one
Big,
is...
round, long, tubular thing.
Actually, they're mostly fucking radar dishes now that sent signals
Someone
out
called.
and bounce back. Yeah.
Hey, don't spoil it.
Sorry. Anyhow, so they found, and this is a different article than what I read before, that's why I'm hesitating as I read through it. But this object, which is very long and not very wide, they suspect it could be a shattered remnant of a planet, but it's wandering through. Now, is it coming through our solar system?
It had entered the solar system, and I forget what amazing miles per hour it was traveling at. I does it say in your article? I had seen it earlier.
No, but it entered our solar system in October, or passed
Yeah, and
through
it was
in October.
flying, man.
Yeah, and it's thought to be an object from another planetary system because we haven't found a coma of dust and gas around it. Like comets have ice around it. And so the latest observation of Oumuamua, who's ever cowing over here, show that the object has an organic, rich layer on its surface. And this suggests that it could have protected a hidden ice-rich interior from being vaporized during its passage close to our sun. So yeah, they really want to know where this is coming from, where it's going, and what the hell it is.
How they can make money out of it.
That's right. Disney is going to put big ears on it and give it a lightsaber. We don't know where it came from. We don't know how old it is, though an upper limit of 10 billion years has been suggested. That's the first.
As an upper ceiling.
Now, the next one, I'm not even going to open the links unless we get some conversation going on here. But it was recently released that, oh my God, what the hell did I miss in the chat here? Okay. It's been found that the Pentagon has had a office on the 5th floor from, I think it was 2005 to 2012 for 5 years. Their 5-year mission is to seek out
New life, the new civilization.
pretty much. They were looking for UFOs and alien life, whether on Earth or outside of Earth. Now, they have shut it down and released a lot of the footage of videos and paperwork and documentation, which has some definitely weird shit in it, but no definitive proof of other intelligent life on Earth or outer space. That's all I got. Like I said, without going and reading it, but it was in New York Times as well as a lot of other places.
Yeah, I saw some of the photos. They were pretty interesting.
Did you watch the video with the thing? Where
I didn't see the video. I did see one of the photos with the F-18s going toward whatever that was in the sky. And
yeah, they thought it was a drone and it was moving and pivoting while still going the same direction. And yeah, definitely some weird stuff they found. But again, there's no definitive proof.
Yeah.
So,
well, they failed to mention Stargate Command, so they're still hiding shit from us. So.
You know.
What else we got?
Weird news?
Yeah.
Okay. I posted a link to come up. Did it? Let me see. Yeah, it did. Okay. Italian bank robbers wear Trump mask during heist.
You know they weren't robbing a bank.
Well, in Point Break, 1991 Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, they wore ex-U.S. president's masks while robbing banks. So I guess these guys decided to do that. The brothers, aged 26 and 30, targeted cash machines
were
near
they
the northern...
brothers or brothers?
Or were they brothers?
Aged 26 and 30, targeted cash machines near the northern Italian city of Turin. It's just stupid. They got caught. They got just Trump masks. Really?
Trump mask? In Turin? Yeah, it kind of stood out a little
if you go on the link and look at the mask, wow. Just wow. There's that. And it's weird.
Good times.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, blame it on Trump. Everybody does.
Yeah, so I don't think any U.S. president has gotten this much crap about him in the media.
You know it's bad when Jimmy Carter is saying exactly what you just said.
But you know what? And Ed, I know you tend to favor the man. But
No,
okay.
that's not true.
You favor his policy? Well, you're definitely not anti-Trump.
Right.
But
you just don't have to agree with how he is in the media.
I think they need to go, if you're going to tweet, you need to tweet personal stuff like happy birthday to...
Oh, I've already said I wish somebody will break his fucking Twitter account.
Being president is really stressful, almost as stressful as working in restaurants. That kind of shit is cool. You humanize, you connect. To put up...
But
if North Korea doesn't quit their shit, they're not going to be around anymore. Don't put that on Twitter.
See, that's humanizing and cool to me. Let's fucking be honest here.
I mentioned there is a good chance he may go down in history equivalent to like Teddy Roosevelt, just a man who took no shit, and John Wayne his fucking way through shit. Which right now we're in the middle of it and we're kind of staring at it like a train coming at us like, God, don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
Well, what I'm worried is that who comes after him is going to be worse.
No.
Oh my God, with all the media, and it's like a teenager. or a preteen. It's horrible. Cut back on your electronics a little bit.
Modern society.
So anyhow, okay. What else we got this week in history? Oh, am I missing anything over here? Oh, see, Talking Towie says, I love Trump's trash talk Twitter.
A lot of people do.
Sorry, I'm reading up here where I was doing Ian saying at least 2 Air Force pilots have stated the images are not earthly in origin. Because, you know, they
I like Bob's comment.
Yeah, it's, did they have Transformer logos on them? Only on their thong.
Now, shall I remind everyone what branch of the service Bob was in?
Boy Scouts?
No, should you?
Air Force.
You know,
The organization he himself referred to as the Chair Force, which gave me a chuckle, by the way, Bob.
I had a link to a place where you could go to just, like, essentially tip via PayPal. Because Greg Chapman was kind enough to tip via PayPal when that thing came up last week. The problem with that is PayPal kept like 34% of what he gave us. Now, this other one,
Ian.
it just essentially sends money. What do you say?
The next president is going to be boring as hell, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, how's that working out in your politics right now, Kevin?
Yeah. Do not get me started on politics tonight. Let's just do that for this evening. Another day, if you want to talk about the current state of British politics, I'd be happy to do it.
That's what I'd like to talk about on Talk to the Tavern British Pub.
Oh dear God!
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff we want to talk about. Is what's going on there instead of here. So we're the outsiders learning and going, what?
And hopefully, if we do get that kicked off, we'll be able to cover a few things that might be interesting for you guys in the same way that I find a lot of the stuff you talk about interesting, because it's surprising how often there's little cultural things that we just don't have a clue about, because I don't live in America, you know, so my perception of your country is what I see through the media.
Yeah, and sometimes we need you to tell us what's really going on, because we
Yeah, I mean, obviously I will be providing a completely unbiased opinion, as always.
Yeah, well, also, you know, it's sometimes the foreign news seems to give a less biased opinion than the news we get when we go looking.
It's curious that, and for that purpose, I subscribe to several different sources of news all around the world, including, weirdly, one from Jamaica. Just because I honeymooned there and I bought the local paper and I find it intriguing, some of the stories in there. So, yeah, but you're right. It's these days, in this age of misinformation in all its varied formats, and this odd sort of war of propaganda that the common man is under, you have to look at more than one source of information before you draw a conclusion. You can't read something anymore and have any faith in it being the truth.
Not today.
You need to research it yourself. You need to read multiple angles on it, look for the common truths, and be smart and try and work out yourself the picture between the lines that you aren't being told, because it's the only way you're going to work out anywhere near a close approximation of the truth.
That's why I like science fiction and fantasy. It's more true than anything in the newspapers today.
Absolutely. And you might as well escape into that as into the belief that you really have any idea what's going on at the moment. Yeah, it's... That was cheerful.
Okay, moving on. But before I move on to dead people, okay, Bob, you threw a challenge out there. So, you know, you shouldn't share your military stories with me, because he's beating up on me because he had a more manly job in the Air Force than I did in the Army or the Marine Corps. Yeah, manly. Getting butt fucked on the tarmac by a security police officer. Ah! Okay, moving on.
Wait. I feel like I need to hear a story now.
I think we need a little more.
To be honest with you, we'll have to bring him on the show sometime and let him tell it. I cannot do it justice.
You just don't want to touch it.
Nope.
I don't know. I feel like if you're getting anal sex from another man on the tarmac. That is one of the most fucking manliest things you could do or have done to you. Yeah, that's not a very feminine thing, guys. Nothing feminine about that one. Okay, who died?
December 17th. I don't know. Did he make rounds at other venues besides Maryland Run Fair, Travis? Do you know?
Yes, he had. I can't tell you what ones, but I want to say upstate New York, all the way down to Florida, and even possibly out to Texas, like a lot of them do.
Okay, so some more of our listeners may have heard of him. Johnny Fox, the Sword Swallower. He used to perform at Maryland Renaissance Fair. He passed away of liver cancer just yesterday. He did his final 2 performances last year at Maryland Renaissance Fair. He was a pretty cool dude. Little scrolly guy. And if I remember correctly, Kevin, that is a job that you don't see very many people in that profession anymore these days. It's like,
yeah, because it creates a huge stress on the internal organs because you have to train your esophagus to go into a line, and it's one of those things where practice makes your body naturally align into that way, but it's something where you have to be very, very careful of internal damage, and even general wear and tear over time can cause massive complications later in life if you're not careful. So it's a highly dangerous occupation, and to be honest, the demand for it these days versus the potential damage to the body doing it as a profession, certainly over any prolonged period, means less and less people are seeking to take it up as a skill.
Real quick, welcome to Ralph's Project. Thanks for following.
Yeah.
And
cool, Ralph.
Yeah.
Thank you.
1st Battalion, 3rd. March 7th.
3rd Marines.
Thank you. It's sorry, Ralph. There, it's not up on my military speak. But yeah, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us, and yeah. Have fun with Bob there in the whole conversation. By the way, I'm going to try something here. I've just changed a link for the tip thing. So I'm curious if that link is used, what percentage I get back. Because it said I pay the fees, nothing comes out.
Interesting.
So I'm curious about that one.
A burlesque performer swallowing lightsabers. It's kind of burn.
I have a friend who eats light bulbs.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yes. No, it's part of his stage show. He comes on with a lamp with an ordinary bulb in it and flicks the lamp on and off a couple of times to prove it's an ordinary working bulb, and then unscrews it and eats it.
How do you figure you could do that?
Is it like one of the 4-foot fluorescent bulbs?
Maybe we should talk about this another time on another program, because I don't want to start giving away like all the secrets to this. Plus, I've got a couple of weird circus friends, so I'm potentially considering.
We were talking about a show like that.
Weird circus friends, yeah.
We did a show before with Travis Fessler, who does sword swallowing and everything.
Yeah,
but that's been 3 years or more. So yeah, it might be time to revisit.
Yeah, so that's kind of an idea. I'll probably drag Kirk in for that one.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I will. He'd love that, yeah.
He would, man. He'll be laughing.
Yeah, that's definitely one for after Christmas when we completed our bedroom move and my tavern studio isn't directly below my bedroom.
I went to the email where it says Ralph's Project is now following you, and it has an icon for his Twitch persona. Mm-hmm. It either looks like an elongated Twinkie or a very straight banana with arms and legs and a face on it. Talk about long things that you could put in your mouth.
Well, and Victoria wants a show with long tubular things.
Okay.
We have to get her on for that one. Or get her off for that one.
I was ready to say.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Good times. I bet you Greg could be on that show, too. He puts things in his mouth, or does he just juggle? I don't know.
He does occasionally do a few bits and pieces. He eats fire, yeah.
Limp banana.
Limp bananas.
There's an interesting concept. My back garden's big enough. I wonder if we could get a
Your
I wonder if we could get a camera set up and do some fire breathing live on a show.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, Greg can eat
See,
fire,
yeah.
I can eat fire and breathe fire, and so could Kirk. So we could potentially have a flaming three-way. Victoria, calm yourself.
A flaming British three-way.
See, we didn't get to see that when we were there.
No, why did that not occur to me?
Let's finish this week in history. What else we got going
Well,
on?
I see Ian's comment. The burlesque performer swallowing lightsabers is part of a gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's the wrong end, but immediately King Edward II comes to mind. But anyway, I'll move on. Birthdays, December 17th, 1930. This one's for my buddy Bob. Penthouse. The inventor of Penthouse, Bob Guccione. Yeah, it was his birthday. Celebrate, guys.
I'm going back to the chat real quick. Ralph, we're glad you stumbled upon us, too. It's a good time.
And hopefully you're glad, too.
He said that. He said, haven't logged into Twitch in quite some time. Kind of glad I stumbled upon this gem. He called us a gem. He called us a steed.
Thank you.
And
Victoria, what a beautiful back garden you have, I must say.
He just wanted to assure you that your back garden is big enough, Kev.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll come and breathe fire in it any day, Victoria.
Whoa, see a doctor. Get a cream.
It'll be a flaming good.
You were saying, Ed. Who else?
December 17th, 1975. Wow, I can't believe she's so young. Actress Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil. It's her birthday.
So she's just over 40. Wow,
Yeah.
I just saw the
Really?
new Resident Evil with her in it, and it looked
Mm-hmm.
like she had some work done. And yeah, I didn't think she was that young. Younger than me.
Me neither. December 18th, 1946. Director Steven Spielberg.
Yay! We like that guy. Even more than George.
December 8th. Yeah. He's E.T. Phone Home.
And Indiana Jones and
Indiana Jones.
No, Bob. No more candy canes. They're all gone.
But this is why you need to fund us. Then Andrea can afford to buy more candy.
December 18th, 1963, and I didn't know he was this old. I thought he was younger than me, actually. Actor Brad Pitt.
Huh. That is older than I thought. Looks
How
great.
old is he?
Oh, well, 63.
That would make him 54. I just turned 53, so yeah. And I'm so glad they don't have that Bradgelina bullshit going on.
Hey guys, let me just put this out here.
Sure.
Don't combine two people's name into one. It was cute for like 3 months and then stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be Trandia.
No, but
Ed
could be
can the
Bruce,
guys have
would
some
just
candy
be
canes?
Ted. What? What would you say, Andrea?
That's horrendous because I'd have to be Kevly.
Yeah, it's Kevly and Ted
That's funny.
and Trandia.
No, let's not do that.
No.
I put this one in here because I felt like we were leaving Kevin out. So, December 21st, 1117, Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Becket.
Isn't he a soccer player?
Nah, he got killed.
Yeah.
Bend it like Beckett?
That's the one. Yeah. You've hit the cultural nail on the head there, Travis. Yeah.
I'm so
Thomas
worldly.
Becket. Thomas Becket. Yeah.
Adjurcane?
Andrea and a candy cane put together.
Okay, Bob.
And
last,
we can have the guys eat candy canes because
sure.
Yeah.
Gene, I will eat anything you want, darling. And brothers don't do that either. But hey, I'm just saying.
Wet wipes are your friend.
December 21st, 1948, Mr. Royal Burger himself, actor Samuel Jackson.
Nice. He's 70?
We need to get him on the show.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
I bet you he'd have a good time with us too.
Oh, that's what you were going to talk about.
Oh, I wasn't going to announce that to everybody, but I was just.
Oh, okay.
But I
All right.
can if you want. If you think
they
our
can
listeners
help
can
out
help.
with that shit.
Guys, what we're thinking about is reaching out to some famous people, and like find them on Twitter and see if they actually respond to people, and take a month and interact with them so they actually interact with us. And after that month, if it feels right, reach out to them and see if they want to come on the show. Can we count on your help with this sort of thing if you're a Twitter person? And actually, I had the odd thought that somebody like Kevin Spacey might be somebody to approach right now. Just saying. He's not doing much else.
And we can't pay him either, so
Okay.
we ain't got no money.
There's that thought. Okay. Now you got any personal birthday shout-outs?
Let me see. Do you have him? No, you have him, so I'm not going to mention him.
I do. I have one.
What do you got, Andrea?
What? Carly. She's 21. Carly Dutton Combs. Daughter of a friend of mine. Her and my son kind of grew up together. So, happy 21st.
Woohoo!
I got one.
What do you got?
It's my friend Matt Mayer's birthday today. We talked about, I mentioned earlier about when I used to work in the security industry, and Matt was a fellow Islander who worked with me at that time. So happy birthday, Swampy, you old bastard.
Nickname like Swampy. Oof.
There's a story there, but everyone in the company in our particular unit that tended to work together as a group all had nicknames. It was everyone had to have one, and it was defined by some characteristic you displayed during your first few shifts on the job.
And what was his characteristic?
His characteristic, he turned up one day and he'd done one job and come straight across town to do a second job, and when he turned up he absolutely stank. Basically, he was really, really sweaty because he rushed across town from one job to another, and all night he was sort of wafting this horrendous sort of fetid swamp-type smell every time he walked past us, and he just unfortunately picked up the nickname Swampy. There you go, Swampy. I'm really glad I just told that story on there.
Well, in my birthday list, I've got somebody else that you know, Kevin. First one on my list is Andrew Freudenberg. Freudenberg.
Yeah, very, very good author. Lovely bloke.
Mm-hmm. And he's out of the UK. Then my buddy I don't know, and Ed knows this guy. So does Andrea. Sean Swell has a birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Sean!
And then Anna Haywood Green, who is actually one of the con people that I very much like. Very nice. And then last but not least, one of our ex-co-hosts, Beth Jankowski of the Crafty Squirrel.
Hey, Beth.
Hey.
That's all I've got for this week. Yeah. She was fun because she'd originally she would just get on Skype and in the background yell penis really loud. I'll always remember her for her penis. Let's go into another song.
Somebody's got to.
Okay.
Let's see, what do we got up next? Here's another Bob Rivers, Walking Around in Women's Underwear. I dedicate this to Tim Curry.
I do that.
Who, since Fox was bought by Disney, Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Picture Show is now a Disney princess.
Did it actually go through?
I understood it did. I haven't Googled it, but yeah.
Okay.
I think it has.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back. Here's to Tim Curry as Frankenfurter. We have... How long are you? 2 minutes, but if you need to go,
Okay.
We'll see you when you get back.
I need to get another bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm jealous.
Damn Jello. What?
I'll wait till Ed comes back, and then I'm going to tap out for another cup of coffee. Yay.
See that?
I need to get a drink, but...
You know, Gene says I miss Beth, and yeah, see, you remember the penis, too. See, the thing is with Kevin Spacey, guys, do you know the full story? Do you know he didn't? And again, I have to go research this. This is from what I was talking to somebody else at Red.
Well, this is why we need him on the show so he could tell us.
Yeah, and by the way, he was the best Lex Luthor ever. What am I looking at? What?
Yeah.
What? In the what? It's
Wait, say what?
I don't know. Andrea said look at something.
No.
No, don't look at anything.
I
Stop it.
said we
Don't
need
look at
to
it.
get him
Stop.
here so
Mhm.
he can tell us his side.
Mhm.
You need to look into that.
I do. It's
Contact the publicist. Or
Hmm.
whatever.
I might just do that.
Hey guys, if you're on Twitter or any social media, go on and,
Pester
tag him
celebrities, stalk them, harass them,
Tag
tell them to come
them.
and talk at the tavern. Yeah.
and tag us.
Yeah, just go
TalkOfTheTavern.com. They can contact us.
go find Sam Jackson's Twitter and just going,
Mhm.
man, you would be great on Talk of the Tavern, tagging Talk of the Tavern at the same time. Yeah, just go do that. Every day,
We
All-
will snare them into our web.
all 2,000 of you that are listening across the multiple spectrums of my imagination.
Everything.
Yeah. Help us out. Hook us some big names, and then we'll chat horrendous, horrific shit with them like we do with each other for shits and giggles.
And we're back. Let's see here.
Oh, we're here.
Yay! As you can see,
Whatever.
Ed's checked
It's
his
fine.
camouflage here.
Wynn says,
Okay.
you realize we'll tag the lamest celebs possible just to troll you guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
We got to start somewhere.
So, who's the first one you're going to do? You're going to tag.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
please be clear about that and say tag, not do. Because, between Victoria and Jean and Bob, we'll have all
Whatever.
kinds of men.
That's okay. We'll miss you.
Well, miss you, Jean.
Who's
Thanks for
gone?
joining us. Jean's bailing.
Bye,
Bye,
Jean.
Jean.
Gene. Very well.
Will Ween. Okay, we can work with this. He went to see Star Wars in the Star Trek outfit, like he did on Big Bang.
Did he really? I didn't
Am
know.
I on mute?
No. Can you hear
No.
me?
Oh, nobody's.
I'm talking to you. You're just not listening to me.
Who's Clint Howard?
Ron Howard's brother. He kind of looks like Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, but uglier.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd
Whatever.
recognize him. He's got this like horrible comb over going on, but kind of like all those guys. I'm trying to think of the other one who's not terribly attractive, but he was in Reservoir Dogs.
Buscemi?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. They definitely have a place.
He would be cool on this show. I like him. I like a lot of the movies he's in. He seems fun.
And what's his name? Who was the sloth in Ice Age? He was also in.
Sloth
Moulin
and Goonies?
Rouge. No. Sloth in Ice Age. He was also in Tu Wong Fu. He was also in Moulin Rouge.
Which?
The Hispanic, the really?
Oh God, I know who it is.
Yeah, I can't.
I have movies with him, but I can't think of his name.
He's great. I'd like to have him on. He'd be fun. So, Mitcher Binsdirty is online.
Well,
Do you need to?
somebody's gotta.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. Thank you. I was just.
There you go. I like him.
I don't know who Binsdirty is, but I'm assuming you're probably watching her webcam for $1.95 per minute.
Hey, bring her on the show.
That's right. It's actually, I had a friend the other day that mentioned, actually, I think it was you, Ed, mentioned that you knew
Yes.
somebody that was a stripper, and I'm like, that's awesome. I would love to do a show with strippers to talk, not to have them strip, but to talk about what they've gone through,
Why not?
etc. I mean,
The ins and outs of the club.
if they're
Behind
going
the
to strip,
scenes.
we're going to have to
You
figure
wouldn't have to make it compulsory, but let's not start putting them off before they even come on the show.
Bob actually knows her.
That was good. Okay. What else do I got? Oh, I got me some Pringles here I can eat.
No, I need those.
I shared some with Jen. She liked them.
I know, right? Paprika Pringles, people.
Can't believe you can't get them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, not here.
We found
Weird.
them on Amazon, but they're like $12 a tube.
Wow.
Mhm.
Not doing that.
Yeah, right.
So
I'll just send them to you for 30 quid instead.
you know what? Yeah, you're buying them dirt cheap. But what's that, Ed?
Bob, I don't know my fur Ben's dirty, but you know the stripper that we were talking about maybe trying to get on the show.
Now, do they call themselves a stripper or an exotic dancer?
She doesn't
Some
care.
people are picky about that.
And she doesn't care.
And we were talking about, you don't see guys stripper clubs.
No.
I used to strip.
But where's the clubs at?
Oh, it wasn't at a club. Private birthday parties and
This is it, yeah. You don't get...
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you do. There must be one or two that are trying to buy into a market somewhere, but generally, as a rule of thumb, you don't get men stripping for crowds of baying women in a club. You know, it's like Ed says, you know, it's going out to private parties, isn't it? Or
we have them, but it's basically one night a month, if that. It's
no,
not
Ian,
all the
I don't
time.
know Bridget. I'm sorry, I don't know her.
That would be awesome.
I was once accused of stripping.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Accused of it?
Yeah.
How do you get accused of stripping?
I had a lot to drink. I was, 19 or whatever. And I went to a girl who I had just met, her apartment, to sleep on the couch. Well, I had a lot to drink. It's one of the 3 times in my life where, alcohol poisoning was probably there. Where somebody went, "You can handle just one more." And I went, "No, I can't." And they went, "Yes, you can." I went, "No, I can't." They went, "Yes, you can." I went, "Okay." So I woke up sitting on her couch. I was already sitting upright and speaking as I came back into the realization of consciousness. And there was 2 cops asking me if I'm okay. Her coffee table, which is one of the one with the X supports underneath and then the big plank sits on top, had been knocked over. And by the way, there was a spray of vomit along the wall.
You did good.
Yeah, I didn't die. But yeah, apparently she said that I had stripped down naked and was running up and down the street screaming at people. But yet here I was.
That's streaking, not stripping.
I'm thinking, if this was the case, the cops wouldn't be asking me if I was okay. I would have been in the back of a car naked, not sitting on her couch fully dressed. And, other than that, I stripped earlier, took a shower, put the clothes back on.
Did you do it sexily?
Put the clothes back on? I don't know. I got really long tube socks. Probably not.
Wearing that tube sock.
I'm wearing 3 of them.
Yeah, he is.
Speaking about clothing, here's a downside most people don't consider about being a chef for a living. Let me just bitch about this for 1 second. Wearing a uniform that's made of a thin fucking layer of polycotton when you're working in December. Fuck cigarette breaks.
So, Kevin, in your time in restaurants, who's the most obnoxious customer you've ever met?
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
What, recognizable person? Or
No.
just who's the most obnoxious twat ever?
Option B.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I had one guy years ago who actually pushed a waiter over, stormed past him, pushed his way into the kitchen and came and stood haranguing me across the pass, pointing his finger at me like this. And as he was haranguing me because of the way he was doing it, he was actually spitting on my service pass. And that actually ended up with my manager having to step between me and him because I came around the pass and was literally about to drop the guy in the middle of service, and my manager stepped in at the last possible minute. It's the only time I've ever really lost it with a customer, because it's a high pressure job. If you can't cope with pressure, you don't last long, and you certainly don't get into positions where you're relied upon to be very good at your job. And so if you can cope with the pressure of culinary service, you can cope with some dickhead moaning and complaining. So yeah, I've seen some horrendous customers, but you kind of it's you have too thick a skin to really give a shit about it most of the time. Things like that are what will annoy me more. Is inexcusable lacks of hygiene. Like if I've got a couple of portions of chips out of the fryer and I've just tipped them into a metal bowl, put them on the pass, ready to serve up in a second. If a waiter walks past and dips his hand in that bowl and takes a chip, he will not know what's hit him. Things like that I will lose my shit over that. Customers, fuck them. I take their complaints all day long. I've seen it. I've heard it all.
Now, Ed, what about you working armed security at DMV? Any stories?
Too many assholes to speak of. The worst people I met working armed security at DMV were people with
Employees.
children. No, people with children. Because people with children would come in and let their children just run wild throughout the entire fucking office. And Travis, you were a DMV employee. You know, they're looking at the security officer. Do something about that. I'm looking at the parent. Do something about that. And you speak to the parent, and they were genuine assholes about it.
Same in the restaurant trade, Ed. Exactly the same principle. Kids fucking running around in amongst the tables, tripping up waiting staff, knocking shit off tables, and the parents are looking at you like, and what?
And what?
So what about you, Andrew? Like when you're in the strip club?
I'm going to backhand young Todd into a pot plant in a minute. That's what's up.
Hold that thought. Let
And
me
the
go into
strip club?
another song here. Strip club, or when you worked in the diner, I know you had a couple assholes there. Hey, here's South Park crew singing "The Lonely Jew on Christmas." We'll be back.
When we come back, I would like to speak on Kevin's question earlier, the most memorable celebrity you've ever
You
Yeah.
can do it now. Twitch is still listening.
No, save it for when we're on all the
radio and everything.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew? You want to talk about your obnoxious bar guy? The lunch counter guy.
Oh my God, there was a customer who was kicked out of every other restaurant in this small town I lived in. And he would harass people there, like abusive language and everything. And I complained, and he tried to come over the counter at me. And my boss was like, "Oh, he'll just come in when you're not working."
Yeah, they didn't ban him. They just said he can't come in.
They didn't ban him.
Jesus.
Oh, we'll just tell him not to come in when you're here. Really? Assholes.
It's one of the things I like about the bars in my town. They have a scheme called Pub Watch. But basically, if you're a member of Pub Watch, if one pub bans you, then all of the pubs on Pub Watch ban you.
Ed, would you like to address that, please?
I do remember that now. Yeah, Robin used to work. I actually hired her. That's how I know her. I hired her to work for me as a receptionist at a place that we used to work. Well, she's already called it out, NEC. And yeah, she had a guy to call her once asking for her to talk to him while he jacked off.
Now, what is NEC that somebody would call with that kind of request? It's not like calling Walmart going, "Hey, you got a minute?"
No, the NEC was an electronics company. Well, is an electronics company.
I was going to say, yeah, we have them over here.
Bob still works for them now, but we used to get the strangest calls. Robin worked as our receptionist, and we used to get the strangest calls. People calling, trying to figure out what amount of money they need to pay to get their loved one out of jail. We used to get those a lot. Okay. And apparently our number was one digit off from
Bail bondsman?
Bill's bondsman or something like that. Yeah. And why we got this call, I guess it's just her sexy voice or something. The reason why he called her, wanting her to talk to him.
It was Bob.
That could be.
No.
My wife works in a call center, and I can't discuss the stuff that they talk about, it's not dodgy or anything, it's just because of data protection. But what I can tell you is that one guy was so upset one day that he told her that he was going to kill himself because of the news that she just delivered to him over the phone. But before he did, he was going to have it written into his will that his body was to be dumped at the door of her office.
Kind of cool. No. Hey, Andrea, once upon a time... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, at one of the strip clubs, there were guys that would have their pants around their ankles doing their thing and wouldn't stop when security drug them out. I don't know if that counts, but that's kind of...
It does. Now,
that's a story.
Here's a story from a place where Andrea worked, and it was one of those large hardware stores. She wasn't actually there for this, but somebody had bought a bucket of joint compound.
Oh, God.
Drywall mud.
Joint
You
compound.
want to go on, Andrea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They bought a bucket of, wall mud. They returned it. Well, receiving, they got to check everything to see if it's resellable or they got to send it back or whatever. There was a smell from it. Somebody shit in the bucket and returned it.
Scooped them out, shit in it, put the lid back on, returned it.
They used it, shit, yeah.
Oh.
That was Bob as well.
I'm like, and nothing's going to happen to this person. The customer is not always right. Good thing I was not working.
They know who it is.
They know who it is.
Wow.
The police should be called. DNA testing should happen.
That'd be one of those moments is that you turn up for work as a DNA scientist, like, oh, I've got the coolest job in the world. What's on my job list for today? No!
Andrew's had a few interesting. There was one person that would buy paint, take it home, and like 8 shades of the same blue.
Not 8, 20.
Oh, okay. Go on.
In a week. 20 different shades, closely of that. And I don't know if she still does it. One of my coworkers busted her on it. It was great. But all these blues and bring them back and return it.
Well done,
Win. That was great.
Damn it, what have I missed?
She said CSI Home Depot, the crap files.
Nice.
And Bob says, in reference to the shitting in the bucket, been there, done that. Okay. Your secret's out, buddy. I'm going to tell all. Okay. This guy would lick quarters, okay, and just throw them around his office to see if the cleaning crew would pick them up or not.
Nice.
Well, he's from the era before we tell him to get therapy.
Wow.
I got a humorous story for you.
Ian said it's a bit uncomfortable tossing the pervs with their winkies out. Did you have to do that too?
Oh, it's I read it as wrinkles.
I threatened a guy working security once. I worked Fat Tuesdays. It's a club.
Yeah.
Okay, you familiar with it? Wow. Okay, that's impressive. I worked actually the exterior, the parking lot. Never failed. People will come out of the club, guys, come out of the club, go to the back of the parking lot, pull their junk out, and start to take a piss. And there's Ed, Mr. Asshole Security Officer, throwing the flashlight on him.
Cold out here, son.
There's a bathroom inside. It was crowded. You need to put that shit away, or I'm going to pepper spray it now.
Oh, no.
So,
I'm not even going to read that.
Alternative ways to get people out of a doorway. Don't judge me, I worked a Spice Girls concert. And there was a guy in there who was being sexually aggressive to a woman that he'd come to the gig with. Yeah, and we had to remove him. We had to remove him from the venue. And in somewhat comical style, bless them, the two guys who actually had hold of him, who were attempting to therefore effect the ejection through the doorway, obviously hadn't been on the job very long, and they'd ended up getting into that comical situation where the guy had somehow managed to brace himself against the doorway. And because of the narrow confines of the service corridor we were in, they couldn't get any kind of angle or leverage on him to kind of force him through this doorway. And the supervisor came up behind them and he went, I've seen this before. This is how you solve this. And the guy in question's wearing like jogging bottoms, tracksuit trousers, sweatpants, call them whatever you will. And he just pulled the back of them out, reached in, and a second later rips his hand out, holding a huge clump of the guy's arse hair. At which point he just folds like jelly and flies through the doorway, and he pulled the doorway shut behind him.
I just want to point out my jelly doesn't fold.
Does it wobble, but it doesn't fall down?
It does. I even got a sound effect for that. Okay, another song break going in the third hour. That's rolling. We got about 5 minutes for that.
Oh, we were back already?
We were. I forgot to say so. You guys were talking. I just turned it back on and kept rolling.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah. The cool thing, they say guys can't cut off their urine the way women can.
I can.
You tell a guy you're going to pepper spray his dick, cuts that shit right off, man.
Yeah.
You could do it in emergencies, but then we all know this because we've all had to do it at some point or another for one reason or another. It's a race against time now. You've started something that you've got to finish. Now you can pitch that, you can run, but you're a man on borrowed time now.
Very true. Very true. And Kevin, thank you so much for the Pringles and the club bars. I am enjoying them right now.
That's no problem.
Save me one.
Okay. You get together and do a video review of them for Talk of the Tavern.
Do you have Pringles left?
What, Kevin?
Let's see if you can get them tagged into it, and maybe we can get them to send you some directly.
That's what I'm hoping. I did a review for Dunkin' Donuts Bakery Series coffees, and I tell you what, those things were nasty. Yeah, I couldn't give it a good review.
Their regular coffee's great.
Yeah, like their regular coffee.
Not the flavored stuff.
But when I posted it to Twitter, I did tag them. Yeah, my response is like, didn't they have test groups and market areas that they check this stuff on before they send it to me? Because their vanilla cookie was okay, but like the blueberry pancake just tasted like a mouthful of ass chemical. And
but it smelled good.
It smelled okay. Smelled like
it made the whole house smell like blueberry pancakes.
Yeah, great. If I want incense, I'll burn
my
the
wife
coffee.
drinks a lot of herbal teas, and at the moment I'm going to see if I can find out what the range is in a minute. But she has this range of teas she's been drinking, and they smell amazing. Like there's salted caramel and all sorts. And every time she makes one, I'm like, my God, that tastes good. So the other day she went, do you want one? I went, yeah, I'd love one. Tasted like wet dishwater. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah. My dog tastes like that.
Okay.
I don't have a dog.
I'm not sure which of those two statements worries me more.
Yeah, it wasn't even my dog, but it tasted like...
Wet puppies, on the other hand, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah baby. If you know what I mean.
I do. I got this one.
Me.
It's hard to cut your stream off while you're wetting them.
I'll pepper spray that bitch.
That'd be the perfect response if anybody ever urinated on you. Just go, yeah, keep it coming. Hold on. Cap. How's that working out for you? Good times. Okay, so we're coming back here in about 1:20. I need to go get another drink from over there.
Baby, we have them. Good times.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I completely meant to get up and make coffee and completely forgot. So.
Well, you've got a minute left. Go.
That was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's beginning of the show.
I'm gonna go.
I made a pillow.
We have gotten T-shirts that are getting.
I like your pillows.
To wear.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Pillows and puppies, alliteration everywhere.
We made I have all these shirts. I didn't want to get rid of them because I really liked them, but they're too small. So I made pillows. Miskatonic.
Mm. Your shirts are too small for your pillows.
And they are. I moved in here. He feeds me. They got bigger.
True story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did we have last night?
So when are we going to do another review? I need to pay closer attention.
I had 3 jackets on. It was
The
too
whole
cold.
review, Ed will be like the back of his head as he's pissed. Yep, they are bigger and the liquor's fine. Leave me alone. Okay.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Okay, welcome back to White Party Radio and Radio Reel. This is Talk of the Tavern with Travis, and we're playing smooth jazz.
We're in the 3rd hour. You've been warned.
Yeah, we're in the 3rd hour. So what's the freakiest girl you ever had sex with, Ed? Let's talk about that person you met. Are you married her?
She'll divorce me.
Good for you. Good to you. I was about to say I wasn't going to ask for a story, but yeah, I think I obviously was. Yeah, there's no question.
But what Kevin was asking earlier, the coolest celebrity, Robert Duvall.
You met him?
Oh yeah. He lives in this area.
Does he?
He lives just about 12 miles away from me.
Okay.
And there's a restaurant pub that Teresa and I go to from time to time when we can save up the money to go there because it's quite expensive.
Is that the one Scott worked at?
Huh?
Is that the one Scott worked at?
No. Oh, hell no. I've never been there. I'd have to save up for 10 fucking years to go there.
The Washington or something. Washington Inn.
The inn in Little Washington, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But when he comes in there, he literally lights up the entire restaurant. And it's one of those things where it's not upscale, but it's a little uppity. So people are trying to not really pay a lot of attention that Robert Duvall's in here. It's one of those, he's just like anybody else. But if you make eye contact with him, big mistake. He's right at your table, laughing and joking and carrying on like he's always known you all your life. Really cool guy.
Okay, you need to eat there more. We need to send Ed money. We'll send him there. He'll make eye contact. The week after, Robert will be on the show.
Oh, Robin says she met him at Applebee's in Warrenton years ago.
Nice.
Same experience, Robin? Is that what you experienced or something different? But yeah, she lives in this area too, so I'm sure there's very many. He's like in his 80s or 90s. He looks kind of frail, but still
Robust.
Yeah, very robust and loud and funny and laughing and carrying on.
That's how I like my men.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm kidding. Not loud. Sorry, Bob. I didn't get my drink. Can you guys talk amongst yourself? I'll be right back.
Ian, you know this how?
What's he?
Ian says that speaking of pepper spray, Cole still makes one called Inferno that's actually a sticky foam with colored dye. There's got to be a story there.
Wait, so it sticks to you, it burns like fuck, and it leaves you dyed as well?
Well, no, I know about this because I've seen places where they sell it. What it is if you're being attacked, the dye sticks to them so they can be identified.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So it's a good idea for the person that hasn't spraying someone, but yeah.
Oh. I want to do another toast.
Okay.
We're going to do this.
I can't drink yet. I'll have to just mime it because that's boiling hot black coffee.
Well, you
put that hot
earlier.
stuff right in your mouth, baby. That dark, chocolatey hot stuff.
Speaking
Put
of
it
dark.
right in there.
Okay. Here's to guess a cancel. They don't know what the fuck they're missing.
Here.
Here's to that.
Yeah, good times. This is good times. Met Ivan Butsky. Well, a bunch of my friends and I were sorry, he doesn't write good American. Biking at local park. He was getting in a few miles on his bike Before a match at the armory, man, was he awesome. Oh,
Who
by
is
the
he?
way, I did my Russian accent, and Bixby on my phone starts fucking answering me.
It's hilarious. But when he says, "Hey, Bixby," no, nothing.
Yeah, Bixby's like, I don't know
Oh,
who Ivan Putski
he's
is.
7. Okay, I
He's a
googled
wrestler.
it. Yeah, he's 76.
Somebody else mentioned wrestlers before. Was it Gene or Win? I think it was Gene. It's way up there, though. Mentioned wrestlers. You know what, Bixby? Go back to sleep. Leave me alone.
Yeah, my friend Luke's met quite a few wrestlers. He's a big wrestling fan, so he goes to the big events when they put them on in the UK and hangs around, does the meet and greets and stuff.
Marco wants to come back on the show on a semi-regular basis, like
Or
once a
no.
month. Exactly. I told him he's welcome.
Oh, speaking of wrestling, there's midget wrestling next month. I really want to go.
Okay.
No, is this you get the chance to wrestle a midget, or is it two midgets wrestling each other?
There's a bunch of them. They wrestle, but I
Just-
cannot go by myself
What, Ed?
because
Gotta be careful with the midgets because they ain't but so high, and those motherfuckers bite.
Well, low center of gravity, Ed. You all know how important that is when it comes to unarmed combat. Yeah? They could be deadly. They often hunt in packs. They scatter easily, but they'll be back in greater numbers.
what the hell? Never mind.
Now we know why some people bailed out.
True story. I'm making it bigger on the screen here.
We should get Bridget the Midget on here.
Absolutely, we should.
She's done acting and things too. She's not just a stripper. She's not just in
Yeah,
porn.
she was on SWAT with Samuel Jackson. She was actually on that.
I know she has like a bunch of acting. So
I'd wrestle a midget. I think that'd be quite a comical sight.
that's anybody because you're so tall.
Exactly.
It's true.
I was at my friend's wedding recently. I had a photograph taken with him and his brother, and they stood either side of me. And for some strange reason, I think alcohol mostly, I put my arm around the two of them like this. And when the photo came back amongst the rest of the wedding photos, they looked like my sons. They just tucked in under my arms like I'm with my children.
Bob, you say little people BPC, but now I haven't met a lot of midgets. But
I met a few little people.
yeah, I don't think most of them care. I think it got to be like black people with the African American thing. It was cool for a little bit, and then eventually they went, you know what?
Fuck that shit.
3 of us gave a damn. The rest of us don't fucking care.
I'm sorry.
And there's Kevin redeeming his cock again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did I make sure I brought the radio back? Yes, I did.
Redeeming, stroking, whatever he's doing to his cock.
No wonder.
It's the third hour. It's always cock in the third hour.
So is next week Christmas?
Next week is
Yeah.
Christmas, which Kevin is not joining us. Ed most
Well,
likely is, and we might have Stephanie jumping in.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, this is part of the joy of the festive season for me.
Yeah.
I am working on Christmas Day, and I'm also doing breakfast on Boxing Day morning.
That's the 26th, correct?
Yes, correct. Do you guys not call it Boxing Day? Is that an English thing?
No, we
call it shit.
We call it December 26th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is
So as it's-
Boxing Day? Is it a day of boxes?
Oh, wow. I'll get into that in a
Or
minute.
people are boxing?
Can you do it with midgets?
Anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to be honest, it's an easy way of doing it because then you need a much smaller box. But I'm going to try and at least drop into the show at some point, even if it's only for a few minutes, and say hi and so on.
That's what it's going to be like. A lot of people coming and going. We might have a few people in Retro Daddy-O here with us. Marco might join us
I will
briefly.
probably be passed out.
Is Jen going to be on?
quite possibly.
Maybe.
She is going to
cool.
the Chinese buffet with us beforehand,
That's why I'll be asleep.
but she does have an obligation to show up at a party sometime that afternoon, evening, so she might be back, she might not be. I told her, well, the bottom line is you're welcome in your own shop anytime.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because she's an asshole.
Jen, you don't call her that.
I
Unless
said
you're
you.
pulling her hair.
Well, I would never call her that.
Bob, stop being so goddamn sensitive. I'm black.
And I'm
So
not
is
a
Bob,
cracker.
isn't
I'm saltine American.
Mm.
Oh, that's horrible.
Is
7 days and it's all over.
Ralph still with us? Or did
Yes.
Ralph disappear? Ralph, you still around, buddy?
Ralph's project was just commenting not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, up
Where's
there.
Devnall this week? And where's Jamin? And yeah, cool,
They're-
man. Just checking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
where's Jamin and Devnall this week? Our Tampa boy, who likes to tell us how warm and nice it is down.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
thanks.
you go ahead and now. As long as they're your own
Yeah,
children,
take
that's
the-
cool. If it's not your children, dude, stop.
That's
Yeah.
bad. Well, Ralph, are you? Gosh, this is so politically incorrect to ask. Ralph, are you male, female, or you don't identify as either one?
What's your preferred pronoun?
Are you his-
Doesn't know which kids they are. Okay.
I didn't know they're in my
Well-
basement and won't keep quiet.
But-
Are you in the
but if
U.S. or are you in another country?
He's
Maybe all
military.
three. Okay, that's good. But I just don't want to mix up the pronouns here. That's all.
Ralph, we're making
We'll get upset.
assumptions.
to be honest, while I was making coffee, I went and had a good look at my snake. So
Yeah, dude from Illinois.
Okay.
Now, I know
Okay.
he's U.S. because he was Marines, 3rd Battalion Marines.
Hoorah!
Oh, yeah.
all that good shit. Illinois. did you go to San Diego or Paris Island? Probably San Diego.
And are you anywhere near Galesburg? I lived in Galesburg for a while. We're gonna sit
Bob,
silently till.
what the hell do you know, Bob? Be quiet. San Diego. That's what I. Okay, damn Hollywood Marine. Okay, all right.
Is Bob saying that he's gender neutral?
Mhm.
It probably means he doesn't.
Or he
know what
doesn't
it
know?
is.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it is.
He doesn't know what it is to be neutral about anything.
No.
There you go. Yeah, and then Galesburg is an hour and a half west or whatever between the Quad Cities and Chicago.
Hey, thanks for sharing.
There we go. Oh, wow. See, it was all red names, and I thought that was Ralph saying that just to fuck with Bob. It was Victoria, and yeah. On your screen, it might be different colors, but on mine, like Ralph
It is.
and Victoria both had red.
Bob likes candy. Candies, okay. This,
yeah.
it's hard
Yeah,
for us
it's
too
crazy.
because we ask a question and we're waiting. God damn it! Answer the fucking question.
I do have it turned down as low as possible so we get as quick of a response as possible, but
Yeah, we have to work with it. There's a slight lag in real time.
which is a shame. It shouldn't.
So, Bob, what do you think? Do you think I have a chance of getting our stripper friend on the show? You think she'd do it? And we're waiting again.
By the way, if we did get somebody with a big name, I would probably make a subscriber-only chat for that show.
I think it should be because we don't need to get bombarded by
Yeah, if we get
this randomness.
1,000 people we don't know, yeah, we just...
Well,
Yeah.
and when we have someone on the
Oh.
show, we're not going to bring them on and, be an ass
we
to 'em.
have another viewer.
You have to step her
Oh,
on. Wait a minute, I remember
Where's
Torsten.
Devno? Hey, Devnal.
Yeah, there's Devnal. We were
Hey,
just talking
Devnal.
about. Did you hear us
We were
talking?
literally
about
just saying, where were you?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
timely.
There you are.
Yeah.
Get the stripper on. I agree with you, Torsten.
And Torsten,
Just do this.
Ryan.
you want a special guest for us, Ralph? Contact me offline. We got to talk beforehand. Got to make sure you're not a complete asshole. Just a partial asshole, so we know you
Just a
fit in.
partial asshole. That's good. Yeah.
To be fair, to quantify that, we don't care if you're a complete asshole. We just want to know what kind of asshole, so we can plan the right kind of show around
That's a good point. Yeah, it's we have had a selection on, that's for sure.
Oh my God, we've had some assholes.
Well, we've had some folks who
Some
are
are
just
still here.
boring, or some folks who are alpha talkers and won't let you get a fucking word in. That's right. Subscribe. There we go.
Talking about assholes, right? I want to publicly bitch about.
You tell them, Victoria. You
I
tell them, girl.
want to say that if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, footballers. I don't think the name will mean anything to anyone unless you're a fan of soccer. But I used to work at the old Wembley Stadium quite a lot because the company I worked for had to contract the security there. And so we do all the high-profile football matches like the FA Cup, and the England team would play there a lot. And so invariably over the few years I was there, I met most of the England football team from that particular era, which would be sort of right at the end of the 90s going into 2000 sort of era. And one of the rules of Wembley Stadium states that security cannot stand down from their positions until the last civilian has left the ground. You can only stand down off position once there's only staff left in the building. Unfortunately, because the players of the football team are not employed by Wembley Stadium, that means they're classed as civilians, which means when they stay behind and have a drink in the bar after a match, ground security can't stand down until the last of them leaves the bar. So David Seaman, former goalkeeper for the England football team, you prick, if you're ever listening to this, you bastard, you were always the last one out of the stadium. Everyone else had gone home. There's 30-odd blokes in the freezing fucking cold outside waiting to stand down after a 16-hour day. You've got to have one more pint, you bastard. Thanks. I feel much better for getting that out of my system.
Dude, tell me how you really feel.
Nah, I just wanted to generally hint at it.
And by the way, Torsten was speaking to you there. This man lived through the Britpop era of the late 90s. Much respect. There we go.
Sorry, yeah. Britpop was a great era for Britain, not just because of music that would be classed in the Britpop genre, but because it was just one of those wonderful eras where for a few years there was a massive resurgence of interest in the music industry and a whole load of new talent came through, and finally we had something that kind of broke the generic mold that had been around for several years before it. Never liked Oasis though. Liam Gallagher's a prick. He trod on my foot.
Did he?
Yeah. He was drunk coming out of a party. It was he was dating Patsy Kensit at the time, and he came out of the party drunk, stood on my foot, went, "Sorry, geez, fuck me, you're a big guy, aren't you? No wonder I trod on your feet." And then just went, "Where's my fucking car?" So I believe it's that limousine there, Mr. Gallagher. Cheers, and off he went. Fell into the back of the car. Patsy Kensit came out 2 minutes later and spoke to the other guy on the other side of the door. Seen that prick Liam Gallagher? So I believe Mr. Gallagher has just left, man. So was he pissed? It's really not my place to comment on his state of inebriation. Was the little wanker pissed? I believe he's had a couple of drinks, yes. Where is he? He's in the car. Which is our car? It's that one there. And she walks over, rips open the door. "You fucking prick, I told you not to fucking drink. You promised me you wouldn't get shit-faced and make an embarrassment of me in public." The door shuts and the driver just turns sideways, looks at us and goes, and drives off.
Nice. Good times. Tonight is
Torsten, do we know Torsten?
I think Torsten has listened once or twice before. I know.
It's such a cool fucking name, man. Torsten.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a cool name.
So Torsten, clue us in. Have you been around before? And
Yeah, we're being nosy. We're quizzing everyone in chat tonight. Who the fuck are you? Tell us about
It was
yourself.
like 5-6 weeks ago, I think. A new followers. We love you. Thanks for
Awesome.
coming. We've never heard of you
Thank you for
before. Yeah, sorry about that criminal history thing you got going. I mean, it was fun while we did it, but you got caught. Okay. Yeah, we just, Torsten, we do this every week from 8 p.m. You're in Illinois. We're Eastern time. 8 p.m. to 11. Random broadcast in between. Bob,
Whatever, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did Bob suddenly need attention? Anyhow. Yeah.
Bob canceled Christmas dinner with me. I invited him to Christmas dinner, well, on Christmas Eve, he and his family. Christmas dinner, Teresa's going to cook. And he cancels with me to go see a Redskins game.
You know what? We also invite him to come drink and review things for us, so I'm going to go back to talking to Torsten. So you're in Ireland. Anywhere.
That's really cool.
I have family in Ulster and surrounding area, so hopefully that's not the wrong side for you. Hopefully we're not green when you're orange or whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember. Yeah, I put the VODs up quite often. So you must be one of the folks. We had like 3 folks subscribe during when I ran our vodcast, which is now like a 30-hour vodcast.
Yeah. And thank you for that.
Yeah. We love it. Devnall was another one that found us on the vodcast and then showed up for the live show afterwards, and that's always awesome.
Should we talk about the other one we may do?
See, I'm thinking Vikings, not Game of Thrones, but I'm thinking Vikings, Torsten.
Yeah,
Because the time may be better for them.
We're exploring the idea of doing a second show on, what is it, Wednesdays or Thursdays?
Wednesdays.
8 p.m. UK time. And it would be 2 hours, and it would focus more on the European side of things. I believe Andrea and I would still be on the show, but we'd have 2 or 3 other co-hosts, and we know a lot of indie bands out there, and I want to say small performance, not that any part is small. But yeah, so we're looking at doing that possibly starting in January. Really, we just got to work around Kevin's schedule because he'll be the one hosting the software side of the show. So suddenly he's important to us.
You're always important, Kevin.
And Kevin,
it's only taken me 4 years. You
British
bastard.
manner, I want to say I'm so sorry about that comment. And never did I want you to ever be that damn important to the show.
But sorry, Kevin, you're only hosting the software side. Travis is still taking care of the hardware.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Does your wife like photography, sir? Know what I mean?
But I think it would be fun because we don't get to hear a lot of overseas news and stuff unless it's the tabloids at the grocery store. So.
Yeah.
That's true. And we're actually...
since we floated the idea, I've begun a British think tank, if you like, amongst a couple of my close friends where we've started trying to bounce around ideas and stuff. Because if we get... Sorry. Go on.
Okay, guys, quick song. Everybody else on Twitch, follow along with us. Here's John Aniello with Is a Chupacabra Kosher?
Be right back.
Okay, go on, Kevin.
Yeah, if we can get the scheduling side and the technical side organised, I want us to be able to hit the ground running. So we're kind of putting some thought into things that we could talk about, both from the point of view of trying to be interesting to you guys and also stuff that's maybe a bit more relevant to us that you might not show so much interest in, but I think people here would.
Well, the concept being, and this is why I might not want to do topics, because then we could do, and Kevin, I heard what you said in the message group where you're like, well, sometimes the topic is what draws me in. I think we will draw in the crowd like we do now. I don't think our regulars really give a damn. They're just here to have a good time with us.
Absolutely. And to be honest, we're going to carry the same sort of free form structure through, I think, into this one.
Well, if we're going to have a guest, we could mention that because that'll draw people too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've always found, haven't we, with with the show now as it exists, that some of our best shows have been when, deliberately or not, we've actually strayed completely away from a set topic we were intending to spend 3 hours talking about, you know. And we've covered it for 20 minutes and then chatted shit for 2.5 hours, and the shows have been amazing.
Well, it's always easy to tack a topic on. If we're going to do a Boxing Day show, it's easy enough to put Boxing Day afterwards. But if we don't make it a... well, right now, Torsten, or I can just call you Torres if you want, we have segments. We have like an intro segment that we have This Week in History at the top of the second hour. In the third hour, we get a little more inappropriate. And it's possible,
it's all whatever.
Once we all get together and discuss it, that we'll still have something like that, at least like This Week in History, where, you know, maybe This Week in News or something. We'll see. You know what? We could just have the page 3 girl. Page 2? What page was she on?
By the way, do you give a shit about the origin of Boxing Day?
Yeah,
because I said
I do.
Yeah, tying back into the third hour, also occasionally you find us talking about steampunk stuff because we all have kind of ties into that community as well. Victoriana is where it comes from, British Victoriana. So during what would have been the era steampunk draws its inspiration from. It was to do with the class system and domestic servants in large British landowners' houses. So if there was a tradition, instead of a sort of a Christmas bonus in terms of money to a household servant, which was seen as kind of cheap and dismissive. It's easy to just throw money at someone. So what the gentry would do is they would give a Christmas box to all of the servants in the house, and it would contain maybe an item of clothing and, you know, some foodstuffs, etc. And then also when those servants were off for Christmas, or there, you know, wherever they were off over the festive period, they would also take home boxes which they would give to their family, often with bits they'd nicked as well, stuffed into them. Yeah, so that's where it comes from. Boxing Day, that's where the origin of it is.
So since they get clothing, is this when Dobby gets his sock and he is free?
It's no longer yes, exactly, yeah. Might well be.
Okay.
I am so glad you explained that, even though I came in on the ass end of that. I understand what you're saying. But I'm so fucking glad you explained that, because since I was a kid, I've heard Boxing Day, Boxing Day, Boxing Day, and I was like, what the fuck does Muhammad Ali have to do with Christmas?
Right?
Yeah, it was worth just watch Kevin spit. Usually he's a swallower.
Dedicated swallower of fascism.
Well, Rouse Project, if that's what it's called for, sure, I will do that.
Torsten, when you use that face, that looks like the face of a buddy of mine.
It looks like the guy from The Walking Dead.
I should be on Jeopardy.
I know who you're talking about.
Negan. It looks like Negan.
No.
I'll take obscure words beginning with Q for 10.
What the hell?
Soggy walnut. Is that like soggy biscuit?
Okay, if LOL is laugh out loud, what is LUL? Oh, there goes Kevin playing with his cock again. I'd like to say welcome to the third hour, but he plays with it all night long. How
dare you? That's only about the third time I've touched my cock tonight.
I'll help with that, Victoria. I will help with that.
I also, out of gentlemanly chivalry, would be prepared to assist with that.
Tag team.
And I've got cameras. We got to find something besides Twitch broadcast that shit on.
I hear a match coming on.
Hey Ed, all good crackers need to be pulled from both ends.
Oh my goodness.
Joke that totally doesn't work in the U.S., but we get it because we've been around Brits long enough.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we lost 2. Oh, game 2.
Hey.
Wow, they're coming in going.
Lose some.
Did you put down the time to clip that?
What am I clipping?
Clip it.
Cracker?
Somewhere in there, just 11:32. Listen, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, usually what I do is I write down the time it ends, and then I back it up like 2 minutes and listen forward and go. And then sometimes I'm like, wait,
back it up.
even more,
Back it up.
Like that first one, I wrote down the first time at 8:25 and the last bit at 8:33. I'm like, you know what? That might all just be one long.
Yeah.
Just
You know what I mean?
Cracker wide open, if you know what I mean.
What kind of Victoria? What kind of present opener are you? You the kind of person who likes to do it slowly and tease yourself with the contents, or you just try to rip it right open?
Oh, mix it up.
I bet you she keeps the wrapper afterwards. I totally went with the real Christmas present and no sex connotations on that at all. Travis, do you have a clip it emote? No, that's a great idea, though.
We need scissors.
Wait a minute, there
That
is a
very good.
clip it emote somewhere.
Is there?
Sir?
I thought they could
Everyone says
always
Rush
pick
is
it
going
to
to
clip
work.
it.
What?
Isn't there a thing where they can pick a place to clip it while it's streaming? I don't know.
Yeah, there is, but he's
That is-
saying if you do an emote. See, there's a well.
If you want to clip something, if anyone's watching, by the way, you just hover over the screen while you're watching. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a bunch of icons, and it's the little one that looks like a clipboard. And if you just mouse over your viewing window on Twitch.
Oh, that's what it is, huh?
Yeah, there's a little clipboard symbol down the bottom right.
I was looking for closed caption.
Are we saying clip or clit?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
Just wanted to make sure.
I'm assuming clip with a P, Ed, otherwise my instructions on how to find it would have been a lot less clear. But boom, sing it.
What the hell? That's a melted snowman.
Yeah, Devnall, what I was saying is...
I'm not an educator. I've seen South Park. I know it's hidden in a bush.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm pulling highlights that I then transfer over to YouTube, so people who watch my YouTube channel can see what goes on here and hopefully come over and watch this. And also it allows me, when I'm doing the vodcast, to pull some of the best part out to put between the full-length episodes.
Oh, my God. Kwanzaa.
Oh, brother, we need to talk. You're having a fucking identity crisis, man. We need to talk.
Speaking of identity crisis, and this fits right in with Victoria there. The last song that I'm about to go into for White Party Radio and Radio Real is a Hell Blinky sextet out of the UK. Nuttin' for Christmas, and that is spelled Nuttin. Nuttin' for Christmas. So here we go. That's cool. He's got Squiddy, the snake woman.
I don't know what to think about that. It took you a year to find your sake set?
How often do you clean your fucking room? And I really mean fucking room.
Or maybe her sake set isn't what I'm thinking is a sake set. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I'm lost.
Maybe she said sucky set.
See, my voice is getting high and everything. I'm so confused.
Genuine emotional distress.
How do you get those emotes with like the mermaid thing and the tails and the...
Scroll down through the emotes and
I
there's
see.
a theme in series.
Oh, the octopus. I don't see the Medusa.
It's weird. The two of us doing it at the same time there. The chat box suddenly started looking like it was all going hentai for a moment.
God, that's
I know, it's great. I need to add to it.
I'm going to be horrible. And to think I used to make it so you couldn't do too many emotes at one time. Fuck that. This is fun.
Oh my
Bob,
God.
have you been peeking at your Christmas gifts again?
What did you see that I didn't?
He found out I bought him a dashiki for Christmas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, well, who doesn't love a good sloth?
Hey, I have a
If you know what I mean.
kinara for Kwanzaa. It's like a menorah, but for Kwanzaa. Do you need it to go with the dashiki?
I went through that phase actually in high school.
The Kwanzaa phase?
The dashiki
black phase?
phase. Yeah, I went through the black phase.
Isn't dashiki one of the weapons that a samurai would use along with their wakizashi and katana?
No.
What? No.
But I did go through a Japanese phase too. Yeah. But,
Ew! Left the wrapper in the sake set. Ew!
Oh. Okay. Now I understand.
A used one? That's
Yuck.
nasty.
Yuck.
That's a no.
Classy.
Yeah, no.
That's a no.
What the fuck's wrong with him? I hope you never saw him again.
So I accepted generic sort of slang phrase for a condom, a wrapper.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was being referring back to the Christmas wrapping.
Okay. She was just being delicate, was she?
Yeah. Yeah, but they cut that off and
Whatever.
sent it ahead when you were a baby.
Oh shoot! I need a battery.
Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta see if that song's done.
My
John,
smoker's dying.
yeah, that's what I was going to say, Taurus. Yeah, Johnny or a rubber.
Yeah.
0.01%. Oh, Bob, that's too much information.
That's why I said they cut it off and sent it away when you were a baby.
So a little Jewish girl and a little Jewish boy are walking past the back of the rabbi's house
And
one day when there's a sound. Something comes
On
flying
my
through the window.
carpet, in my...
Jewish
I really hope you never saw him again.
Hold on, Kevin. Start it again with the little Jewish boy and little Jewish girl.
Yeah, they're walking past the back of the rabbi's house, and there's a thwack sound. Something comes flying out the window and sticks to the side of the little Jewish girl's face. She peels it off and goes, "Ugh, what's that?" The little Jewish boy goes, "Suck it. If you like it, I'll give you a whole one."
Oh my god. I don't know if you should clip that.
Wait, he peed on your bathroom carpet.
And in your bag. You.
Pulling out early tonight, folks.
Sorry to hear that, dude.
This honky has no staying power. That's not true.
Oh, jeepers. Oh,
No.
Right, Ian.
so wait a
Speaking of
minute.
the word honky, it's just reminding me of something. I know this is talk of the tavern, and this is a ridiculous question, but just for the record, does anybody have any objection if I tell a racist joke?
Oh, fuck that. Good night, Ian. Thanks for joining us, man. Kevin, move on.
So it's just after Christmas.
One second. Disclaimer for our new folks.
Yeah, good point. Maybe. Bit late. 2 hours and 40 minutes into.
We have all kinds of people on the show, which means we make fun of all kinds of people. It's just a fact.
We
We do
laugh
it-
at ourselves and each other.
That's right. We do it in bad taste but good humor, or maybe it's definitely not good
I don't
taste. It
know
might be
if
bad taste and
it's
bad humor.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, the bottom line is we do not mean to
Challenge
hurt your
accepted.
feelings. It's just a natural gift. Okay, go, Kevin.
Ralph's project says I'm unoffendable. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know when we hit it just right for you.
If you have technical difficulties and have to leave, we understand.
Okay, man, I like the crowd we're getting here. Okay, go on, Kev.
Well, it's just after Christmas, and at preschool, a little white boy and a little black boy are playing together in the sandpit. And the black kid says to the white kid, "Hey, white boy, my dad bought me one of those little electric cars you can sit on and drive around yourself for Christmas. And when I press
I
the
was wondering if you're going
it
to do
goes-
this.
it goes honky, honky, honky." And the white kid goes, "Oh, yeah. My dad bought me one of those Fisher Price chainsaws for Christmas. And when I pull the cord, it goes, run, nigga, 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 nigga."
See, that's one of those jokes I have known since my childhood.
It's so funny.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ed.
Moms Mabley. Everybody know who Moms Mabley is?
No.
Black comedian from way back in the day. Okay.
Right.
Moms Mabley. She's on stage, tells a joke. Somebody sent her, she's going to Alabama to put on a show. Somebody sends her a Roy Rogers costume. So she puts it on, a little cowboy hat, little skirt, little vest and everything. She goes down to Alabama to do her show, and she wears it around town before her show. And then people were really, really nice to me with my little cowboy outfit on. Everywhere I went, they called me Trigger. At least I think that's what they were saying.
I look.
Told you, I knew them all.
And the thing is, the one Kevin told, I've known it since my childhood, and there are some jokes that were just stupid and maybe offensive, but that one brings a genuine picture to your head. And yeah, I don't want to say I like it, but I do.
Yeah.
And I look forward to however long it takes, 2 years, 20 years, 200 years, to where we can tell a fucking joke and find the humor
understand
before we
it's
find
a
the
joke,
offense.
and that the person telling the joke doesn't genuinely believe it. Yeah, fucking right. I hope so, because Jesus Christ, if people judge my personal character by the content of the jokes I tell, I'd have been arrested years ago.
But by the way, we lost 3 listeners.
I score again.
And Bob
Technical difficulties.
That must have been that joke. Jesus Christ, I'm glad I didn't go for some of the other ones I could have gone.
We should have never let Ed. We should have never let the black man try to be funny. Because they do everything better than white people.
Okay,
anyway.
So Ralph's project, you say your generation needs a safe place. Curiosity, and you are how old?
No.
If we show that?
Navy Dad, Bob said he needs a safe place. Ralph said,
of course
my generation is a joke.
Bob, you should try a synagogue.
I'll let you in this.
Oh, okay. Of course, then those jokes warmed the very cockle.
By the way, Devnall, they did have a remake, but it was action, and it was called Django Unchained. That was your remake of Blazing Saddles.
Oh my god, that's funny as hell.
Love that movie. So politically incorrect.
Blaxplain it. We thought about putting a thing in the store where you could buy it where
Blaxplain.
Where Ed would blaxplain things to us.
But that will be so difficult for me.
Maybe Bob could blaxplain it.
Yeah, maybe Bob could blaxplain it.
See, he said, ask me about it. Good time. Yeah, good times.
Oh my goodness. I remember in school, in high school, they were talking about putting a new class, Ebonics.
That's what, late 90s they were actually talking about doing this.
No, this was it was like early 90s. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's where they actually were talking about legally making Ebonics a real language as opposed
and having
to
to teach it in school.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? No.
But okay, I got accused of this once because in Kevin, Kevin is probably the only person on this show closer to the true English language than any of the rest of us. Okay. And I got accused of this by my ex once because I met a guy that I knew in school. We were out and about, meeting in the mall, wherever. I spoke to him. We carried on the conversation. She gave me holy shit about the way I was speaking to him.
Were you speaking Blackish?
Well, I was speaking the way he and I spoke to one another in school. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she just gave me why you gotta talk like that, And I tried to explain to her about the English language ever evolving. Mm-hmm. Go back to 1266, okay, and try to talk to them. They didn't know what the fuck you're saying.
Now, here's a related story.
Hang on. Sorry, I just randomly I can give you a perfect example of that from something that I happen to know off the top of my head from my English literature studies at high school years ago. The Nun's Priest Tale by Geoffrey Chaucer from the Canterbury Tales. In the modern translation, the first line will be something like, "There was an old lady who lived by a small cottage that stood in a dale near a running stream." Something like that. In the language it was originally written in, that line is, "A povere widow sundil stappe in was Willem dwelling in another cottage standing in a dale." So there you go. Now, there's your example.
Now, in a related story to what Ed said, it's one time, I guess I was 19 or 20, talking to one of my black friends on the phone, and he was at home and he still lived with his mother and family. And he's talking to me kind of the same dialect we're all currently using. And his mother said something to him, and he turned around, he answered in what you want to call it, a ghetto dialect, black dialect, whatever. He fucking almost a different language. And I said, "Dude, did you just totally switch how you speak?" And he starts apologizing. I'm like, no, I love to hear it because it's a part that I don't get to see anywhere else. So don't hesitate to, go.
I never knew I was bilingual, but I guess I am.
It's not bilingual, just like Ebonics is never another language. It's a different dialect. It's like...
But Ralph Project, Kevin, best Midwest accent.
Well, I just messaged
you
you.
should have been here a few weeks ago when we did Whose Line Is It Anyway?
yeah. Go and find
Go
it.
check out that episode.
I'm going to grab it right now for him.
Oh, amazing! Go and drop him a link for that. That was.
There's two Brits
Kevin,
on that show,
Kevin
and it's
is
hilarious.
a white Southern American police officer, and we had another guy from Britain on here that was an African American gangbanger. So yeah, you should have been here for that.
Go watch it, comment, like, subscribe, all that. It's great. If you're offended, just turn it off.
You can find our previous episodes on YouTube. So just search for Talk of the Tavern or go to talkofthetavern.com. You can find links to the audio.
Yeah, that one was so horrible that we had people leave.
I think it's great.
Well, apparently we had a good time.
Ralph said, "Wish it could have been there live."
Check it out on YouTube, dude.
It only gets worse from here.
You'll enjoy it. It's a downhill slope from here. This is probably the finest Talk of the Tavern moment you'll ever experience.
There it is. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a link for you.
There'll be a link.
There we go. This is the YouTube channel. A lot of stuff up there.
There you go.
Yeah, and we'll probably do a show like that again soon. Watch that later. It is available here on Twitch also, but does that mean you want to play with me? Shh, I'm a doll. Hold on, I'm working on this one.
No, because that's like too expensive.
Oh man, those dolls are expensive, aren't they?
Those dolls are expensive, yeah.
Like $2,000 to $5,000 to get a good one. It's between $5,000 and $7,000. I did not price them.
I can buy Bridget the Midget for that.
That one's only half the price.
And it's self-cleaning. Yeah, by the way, while we were live on the show, I went back and checked to see if I could change the delay. I have it already set to the minimum, supposedly 0 delay. But yeah, we're looking at 15 to 30 seconds depending on the moment. It's dishwasher safety. Do not put Bridget the Midget in the dishwasher. Just because it fits doesn't mean you should put it in there.
Unless it's a top loader and you can kind of leave the lid open for it. Which is,
No.
it
That's
might just
no.
be like a really aggressive jacuzzi.
That's a no.
I hate aggressive jacuzzis. We need to get 75 listeners in here next week. That's what we need.
So tell your friends.
Well, you guys
become friend.
If you guys aren't busy next Monday, Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, come hang out in the tavern at our regular time, 8 to 11 Eastern, because we're going to be here, and it's going to...
I'll be there.
Yeah. And this
Other
will be
people will
gone
be
tomorrow.
there.
And then the New Year's show, which is on New
Oh,
Year's
it's going to
Day.
be gone tomorrow?
No, next week.
Oh.
Wait, what? It's probably in case one of you want to show. Yeah, it could be.
In case I want to show mine. Yeah.
She's got a whole box of them.
Okay, Ralph's Project, you're going to be drunk, so will we. So,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I'm into 2 bottles of wine here, so.
And so's Dednall. And yeah, we're going to have people coming and going.
I'm a chef for a living. Alcohol will be my coping mechanism, and from now until probably about mid-March.
So we got 6 minutes left. I guess we could start to wrap this up. Our closing toast. Yeah, I know. It was good.
It went by really quick.
If we're going to wrap it up, don't leave it in the sake set afterwards.
Getting back to the topic real quick, and I'm going to get sappy. So I met a guy.
Okay, hold on. Bob, this is a disclaimer. Deal with it. If you need a hug, he'll give you one next time.
Whatever. The most amazing guy that I met in my life is not just one. It's you all, my friends. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Here's to that.
And a big summer guy. Here.
Well, you do have a box of dicks. Yeah. It's hell when...
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so
Mr. Rogers.
Next week is Christmas at the Tavern. So join us for that. Come hang out. Invite your friends. Pile them in here. Let's have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
The week after that, Happy Hangover Day. On the 1st, we're going to be doing a show. We'll be at our new location here. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for the next 2 weeks.
In Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah. And if you guys want to listen afterwards, we are on iHeartRadio, Google Play, Spreaker, iTunes, and all that. And there you get the music. So you miss the full chit-chat thing the whole time. But you get the music. And it's horribly inappropriate Christmas songs all through December. Because, yeah. I love Bing Crosby. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? Oh, we got 5 minutes. Wow, that was quick.
We got 5 whole minutes.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll just say this now. Subscribe.
Please.
Oh, right.
Always send the boys around.
And that link I put up for
the... Cheers to you, Torsten. Love that name. God damn, I love that name.
You saw the explanation, right? It's Torres with tin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Appreciate that,
Yeah,
bud.
thanks for that.
Yeah. I also do pipe discussions on there, reviews against alcohol, different cigars, Cards Against Humanity. It's all kinds of crap.
Random stuff.
Yeah, lots of random stuff. It's keeps us entertained, and so all right, well, now let's just bullshit for a couple minutes. I'll tell you when the outro's coming. We got a closing toast, or was your sappy moment our closing toast, Ed?
I thought that was it.
Whatever you want, bro. I'm good.
I think I'll go ahead and put this closing toast up to, here's the guys and gals and other that listen. It makes all the difference for us. There's a reason we actually fucking answer you assholes, because we like you.
Yeah.
When I wanted to know, does Bill have the same sense of humor as you? Just let us know about that. And the reason I ask is, if I ever do meet him, I want to know.
He wants to know how to approach the subject.
If I should shut up. Even worse.
Even worse.
Great.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Feel used and abused before long.
That's right. You'll be like, just one of us, broken and what, Ed?
Robin, real quick, I'll get with you on camping, but we may not be going, darling, because it looks like we're going to have snow.
When is that?
On New Year's Eve.
Oh, I wonder what. Wow, they got a 2-week projection up already? They're getting
good. Yeah.
Considering they can't get it right an hour from now.
Victoria, I would just love to open your box, darling.
I'll drink it.
Love to open your box. Yeah, me too.
He rang your bell.
I want to sneak in on Christmas morning and see what she's got in her stockings.
Well, if you're lucky, it'll be your head. Then you can stop by the local liquor store, rob them. See, there's these little icons. And that's why.
I like this guy.
Why? Oh, goodness.
Well, I'm going to come back next week with the biggest candy cane of ruin your life.
You know, I'm pretty sure Bob will be here next week because I'm assuming nobody actually wants to live with him, so he's got nothing else to do. Hey, there's Crit Dice Gaming. Glad to see you. Oh, Madam Gandalf, I love your name. Subscribe to
Oh,
your
that's awesome.
channel. Oh, I'm guessing they're all sending our regards.
Oh, who are we going to raid?
Did we just get raided? Because it's like we're going off the air and.
So now we need to raid somebody.
2 minutes.
Wow, that is
Wow.
Wow,
Hi,
guys,
everybody.
thanks.
Hi.
you know, I'm
Love
going to
it.
stay on for another minute. Oh, we're getting raided. Oh, well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. But we're going off the air in like 2 minutes.
well, yeah, I know. I agree with Torsten. Now we have to stay on. Yes, this is our first raid. That Kayla person, thank you for joining
So
us.
excited.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we can just cancel the radio stations
It is
and bullshit
literally
for
our
20
Yeah,
minutes.
absolutely.
or so.
Actually, the radio stations would let us go on anyway. They don't.
Oh,
After hours.
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are going to hang out for a little bit, we'll talk.
Ooh,
Oh, I appreciate it. I do the
Awesome.
vodcast, Madam Gandalf, which again, your name is great. And by the way, I went and checked out her channel. I actually did follow her because it just looked so cool. It's like gaming, and it's like us. They're geeky and gaming and drink. I want to say drinking.
That's
Did I
great.
see drinking?
I
drinking?
always see
Sure,
drinking.
we'll drink.
If there's no
Oh, we got
drinking,
a follower.
I'll drink
Cyborg
to that. I
pizza.
got wine left, so, you know,
Yeah, if you-
we'll drink.
Kevin, you work tomorrow? You work early?
of course I am. Not early, no. I got
Okay.
a staff meeting in the morning, but fuck them.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
are
if that's
our
what you
first
do at your
raid.
meetings.
And also, this is the first time we've hit 30 people in chat. So,
So we're gonna
Yeah.
hang out for a little while longer. I'm pouring another drink, damn it.
there we go. Yeah, do you like Ed's background? Ed, wave to Madam Gandalf there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
I will let you guys know we are adult-oriented. We say messed up shit. We swear, we drink, we have a good
Swear
time.
we're naughty.
We don't mean offense.
It's like
we're just
being in
good
a pub.
at doing it. So, yeah, it's our pleasure. And I think Crit Dice Gaming, I think I followed you also. And, yeah, good stuff.
Time for a candy cane. Yeah, baby.
Oh, see,
I
nice.
don't
Devin
have
was on.
any.
Who said you wanted to? Somebody. I was about to answer somebody, and then our new party buddies showed up. You know, maybe I need to auto-host a couple of these people. I think I might have auto-hosted Madam Gandalf.
Yeah.
Ralph, you'd love to be with us, BS with us, not be with us. Real time sometime. Yeah, come on, hang out, get to know each other, and at some point in time, yeah, we'll bullshit for real.
We've done it before. Once
Yeah.
you're in, there's no escaping us. We've had people who started off just listening once or twice who've gone on to be regulars, who've ended up being guests on the show several times and have actually come and hung out with us. So,
Oh yeah, we'll tie your ass down and hold you here, damn it.
yeah, you're in.
Yeah,
now.
we will.
There's no escaping.
Yeah, you're welcome. That we've made it creepy now.
Yeah.
What can
Yeah,
we
yeah,
say?
candy canes and my meat. Yeah, Bob, you got it right.
Yeah.
Love the name Cyborg Pizza. I'm gonna just review that profile.
Now I want pizza.
Let's see what else we. I'm pulling up the email and that Kayla person. Oh, that's cute. Her icon is a bear with a beach ball and a martini glass, and it says, "Bitch, I'm flawless."
That's great.
Skywolf. Oh, Silverwolf. I'm sorry, I'm reading quick. Silverwolf, thanks for following. Good to see you here.
Thank you for that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Glad to
that.
have you. That's somebody brand new. And then Flying Bandito. Oh, got a Roman thing up for that.
That's amazing. Sounds like a luchador wrestler.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It does.
Torsten, I'm not really sure about the stripper interview. It was a very close relationship at one time. I'm trying to reestablish that so we can actually get her on the show and get an interview.
what
But
happens.
yeah, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, and if not
we're gonna
her,
try.
because when we get her on, we'll probably get one or two other people. Wait,
Oh,
what?
hey, I have an idea.
Bob's
If
talking.
we're gonna do like a show about strippers and stuff, can we get Channing Tatum? He used to be a stripper. That might draw a little bit of an
In
audience.
real life, not just in movies.
Channing Tatum I was a stripper in real life. Channing Tatum was just a stripper for a show. But
No, real life too.
No, he was really a stripper.
Was he a stripper in real life?
Yeah, that's where he got all his dance skills.
I'm always game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that might bring a little bit of an audience.
Twitch won't let me get him out.
If I can drop 40 pounds and we do the stripper show, then I'll do my push it routine.
Mate.
Why do you got to drop 40 pounds?
Oh, I don't look nothing like I did back in the day when I used to strip.
Have you ever seen the Full Monty?
No, Kevin.
Yes.
No.
Okay, Kayla does not have something she broadcasts on. Cyborg Pizza. I'm checking out your channels. Oh, that's great. So, Cyborg Pizza. Hold on, I'm looking. It says, hi, I'm Anna. Doge lover. What's
Anna.
Doge? D-O-G-E.
Doge.
It's what they call a dog. Frank talks about it all the time, remember?
It's a very famous dog meme.
Gotcha.
Wow,
Sorry.
Yeah.
much respect. Many like.
Okay, let's follow that. Give some love there. There we go.
Yeah, I think, yes, Madam Gandalf, I think that's how he learned how to dance. He was a stripper before he was in film. So.
Oh, I thought you talked about Ed. I'm like, no, he's black. It comes naturally. The rest of it.
Yeah, for him, it's natural.
I got moves.
Like Jagger? I'm just saying.
That song always confused the shit out of me. If that had been released when it was like in his heyday, I could have understood. Moves like Jagger, what with a fucking arthritic hip?
And see, Victoria, that's why I'm saying I need to lose some weight, because now when I dance, I have things moving that I don't want to move. And I'm not talking about down there either.
I get you, man. Yeah,
he
your
just
body's
swings that over his shoulder.
You do. Yeah.
Hey, Crit, we like us. That's why we keep showing up in the mirror every time we look. But other than that, next week, I don't know if I said this after you guys came in or just before you came in, it's Christmas at the Tavern, 8 to 11 Eastern. It's going to be like this. We don't have a topic for next week besides getting together with good friends and having a good time. You know, like Christmas should be, instead of
drinking.
Yeah, and drinking.
And the week after,
but not driving.
No, not driving. It's
not driving.
Don't drink and
New
drive.
Year's Day, we're doing Happy Hangover Day, where we're just, again, it's going to be a very free-form show with no topic. But on the 8th of January, we have Talk at the Tavern Goes to Prison. So there we go. So, Ralph, you ever worked in the prison system? Wait, was it Ralph? Who the hell wanted to come on? I forget already.
Ralph, have you ever worked in the prison system?
And not, well, from the inside.
Been through the system.
From the inside or the out.
We accept all views.
Yeah.
Sky view.
My lighter's running out.
I can touch my touch.
Damn that lag. I don't know what that means to our question.
Don't pick up the soap.
Yeah, it's Kevin has worked in the UK British system, and I have, or prison system, and I have.
Well, he's in the UK. That is a prison system.
Yep. Amen, brother.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I don't think it's going to cooperate with me. I just filled this too.
Madam Gandalf. That's such a cool fucking name.
It is, isn't it?
I know, right?
Yeah, and go check out her channel. Like I said, it's worth a follow, just for the creativity alone. And great graphics, by the way. Nice setup. I couldn't help but admire your graphics. What? Well, that's not.
Sounds like just chat up on there. You got some great graphics, baby.
Yeah, it's worst online pickup lines ever. Let's see here.
So, since we got so far off topic tonight, anybody else got any comments? So, I met a guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I never met any.
And shall we explain to the Raiders what our topic was tonight?
Yeah, we were kind of chatting about. No, you do it. You're the host of the show. Sorry.
Whatever. I don't mind. Yeah, so I met a guy, just basically talking about the good, bad, and other of the people we've met, whether they're celebrities, the real dickheads of the world, or just that great person that we've known in our life. For example, I knew one of my biology teachers in high school, not biblically or anything. That was a geometry teacher that tried
We
that.
don't know what you did for
What kind
grade.
of grade did you get in that class?
The geometry one, I actually failed, but I had an offer to pass, if you know what I mean.
In the biography class?
Biology,
class?
it was like an AP biology equivalent, and yeah, I was getting A's and B's because that
Uh-huh.
teacher was
Yeah,
so
uh-huh.
engaged
Yeah.
with the students,
Mhm.
not like that.
Mhm.
Kevin, what
Yeah.
story did you have, man?
About what? Fuck,
I don't know. I could go on about my teacher, but now I'm feeling awkward and turned on at the same time. Just like most times I'm turned on. Very awkward.
I had an awesome English teacher when I was a young kid. His name was Ian Riley, and all the kids in school fucking loved him. He would waste lesson times doing weird parallel thinking puzzles with the kids and stuff, and just go completely off lesson plan. And he was an absolutely wonderful guy. And he joked one day that he was leaving the school, and I don't remember this because I was a relatively young child. My dad assures me that I came home in floods of tears and refused to come out of my room. And they actually phoned the school, and the secretary had to ring him at home, and he confirmed that he'd just been joking, and they rang my parents back before I would go back to school. So I was so devastated.
You know, he probably actually was leaving, but because
That's
of his
great,
little
though.
whiny ass, he did not go and improve his life the way he was going to. Jerk.
Yeah. Bitch.
I'd pull
Need
your
more
hair while I
teachers
call
like
you
that.
those things, but, well,
I need a battery. Sorry.
Yeah, you do.
can't use the old hand crank style anymore, huh? Me.
Ding, ding, ding. Christ, he's just fallen over off screen, I think.
Oh.
Wow.
By the way, for the new folks, when we intro the show, we all discuss what we're drinking or what our vices of the night is. So I smoked pipes with some Solani Black and White, and this here filibuster Boondogler whiskey, a local Virginia whiskey. Pretty good. Little.
Damn it.
Mhm.
You okay there, Ed?
I lost my battery.
What were you getting the battery for again? Oh yeah, your vaping machine.
My pipe.
His pipe.
I'm just gonna throw this pipe or this lighter away.
I'm drinking
So
coffee.
put it in his pipe and vape it.
Yeah, I need a battery in my pipe to keep it going.
What, Kevin?
For those of you, I was just saying I'm drinking coffee and being boring because for those of you who haven't worked out, I'm actually in the UK, so it's some stupid o'clock in the morning here.
No, do you work tomorrow? I know I asked. I don't remember what you said.
You already said.
Yeah. I'm working a 3 finish tomorrow, but I'm in for a staff meeting at 10 a.m.
Oh man.
Yeah.
For you,
One of
let's
those
see.
days.
We're looking at
It's like in an hour.
just after 4. You good hanging out, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's about 10 past 4 in the morning now.
Yeah. You got yourself 5 hours sleep if you go to sleep now.
Wait, no.
Good job.
I'm up at 4 in the morning also because I make the wife breakfast and fix her lunch.
Occasionally, my wife gets me up at 4 in the morning, but
Yeah, I'm
Does
sure
it say
she does.
Steinlager,
Yes. Okay.
Tokyo Dry.
I caught it. Yes. I'm down to Steinlager Tokyo Dry, a budget Asahi. I'm guessing. Is that a type of sake or something? Or is that a Asian beer? I've smoked some pipe. Please let us know.
Victoria, I
that's the
think
best.
I love you. I really do think I love you.
Wow.
Oh, and for the new guys, you
I'm
will catch
Googling
on.
this.
Navy Dad is Bob.
Oh,
Steampunk
it's
Countess
New Zealand
is Victoria.
beer.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Nice. What kind of beer
You're
does it say it
welcome.
is? Well, obviously a lager.
Ralph, I feel you there,
Two
man.
cultures, one beer. New Zealand's raw ingredients meet
Japanese
Japanese
lager.
brewing masteries.
Okay. Nice. So you were saying to Ralph there, Kev?
I was just saying about being laid off for December, just enjoying the time off until the work picked back up. Yeah, I'm in the catering industry, so I'm used to seasonal fluctuations as well. Except, unfortunately, unlike everybody else, I'm getting fucking crucified at the moment.
Japanese lager, she says.
I swear to Christ, if I see another turkey dinner between now and my next day off, I will cut a bitch.
No, Japanese lager. We've done reviews on
Right.
whiskey, liquor, bourbon, yada yada. Has anybody tried any of the Japanese whiskeys? Any comments, thoughts?
No, supposedly some of them are supposed to be quite good.
Madam Gandalf, let us know what you think, because
Yeah.
sounds like something you might have a little knowledge in. I have not. I've tried some of the Japanese beers, but that's even been a long time, 10, 15 years since I've had those when they first started coming in. 20 years? I guess, yeah, the 90s or something.
And if you'd like to know our thoughts on the various whiskeys, bourbons, and so forth that we tried, check out our YouTube channel, which is Travis.
Yeah, YouTube.com/Talk of the Tavern channel, and give me a second. I'll get a link. Let's see if I can get a link to one of the. We just earlier last week did an hour-long Twitch show in the middle of the day. Which
Got drunk too, man. It was awesome.
It was pretty good. So I'm guessing we shouldn't give them the Mad Hatter Tea and Wonderland Cafe coffee review. What do you think? Blue Sky Distillery Dog Star Vodka or the Filibusters?
The filibuster. The filibuster.
Yeah, because you're
excellent.
drinking it tonight, aren't you?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So
Filibuster's in the moonshine.
Oh yeah, that's the moonshine was in there, wasn't there? Give me just a second, and I'll put this link. This will give you our YouTube channel and Navy.
You guys have all the fun.
And by the way, I don't know if any of you out there have ever had damn son moonshine before, but that shit is awesome.
Damson Dry Fruit Distillery's moonshine is a plum. Oh my god.
Yeah, the distillery is Dry Fork Fruit Distillery. It was a moonshine, but it was damson flavored, and damson is a type of plum.
No, it was damn son.
Yeah, they're gonna have trouble spelling that when googling it.
A-A-A-A-O-O-O-O.
Oh, there's some AA needed around here. All right. Ralph, Bill Cosby shine.
Bill Cosby shine.
I think it was good, but I passed out immediately after. Too soon?
It was damn good. It was damn good.
It was.
Oh, man. Man, I'm glad you guys rated. I appreciate you coming by.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
It actually really makes us feel like a part of the community all of a sudden. We were instead of our own little pocket universe. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, look, we've stuck around an extra 15 odd minutes now.
I'll stick around at least another 15 more to get to know folks and whatnot. But after this, I have to drive over an hour to get home, and it's 11 here, so I'll be home 1-ish, a little after. But that's okay. It's worth it. You guys are worth it, damn it. You're like my hair when I use Laura.
You fucking rock.
All the new people, we give you shots. Is that link up there?
Yeah, it can pop up.
Yeah.
You guys...
So basically, for every couple of minutes that you're listening to our show, you'll earn. Is it every few minutes?
It's
10 minutes.
Good night, Zoe.
Good night, Win.
Have a good night,
Good night,
Will. I will talk to you
Thanks for
soon.
dropping in.
Especially about that werewolf anthology. We'll figure something out and get another story or two.
Okay, every 10 minutes you listen, you get two shots. I am going to put this in the chat.
Sound effects, emoticons, it asked us to do shit.
No. I'm thinking some
There you go. I posted a link so you can go and you can make stupid sounds or whatever.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking some of you, especially Madam Gandalf, Crit, etc., probably more experienced at Twitch than we are. So this is a Stream Elements store. If you know what that is, that. For the rest of you, what Andrea's saying kind of boils it down for you, where, yeah, you automatically get points. We call them shots. And then you can spend them to do stupid sound effects or make us do stupid shit. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The numbers are dropping.
Oh,
they're bailing at that one. Say goodnight if you're heading out. We'll say goodnight to you. We won't have our earnings.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody who I haven't seen around for Faye Gwent popped in. Good to see you. It's been a while. And a few others who haven't spoken out loud. Glad to have you here also. Love the names. Man, makes me want to pull out a D&D game, huh?
Yeah, how about that? Who rated us exactly?
It looked like the guild is what it said. I'm
Okay.
scrolling up. The guild sends their regards, and that's what they all said when they popped in. So, which, by the way, I don't even know how to make the cute little.
It all happened
emotes.
so fast.
It did.
We got so excited like puppies.
Look, people. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'll help you with that, Victoria. Me.
Victoria, type !redeem space cock.
Ed. Oh, cock.
Or
Oh,
PFP.
sorry.
Just like you saw pop up for Kevin. Yeah, rating does do that. It's we've rated other people, and usually
That's
because
why I'm like, who are we going to raid when we leave?
I know it's. I've got to come up here to what I normally do is I come up here to the people I follow, and pull that up in a separate tab and see who's broadcasting right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't actually show it. Hold on. There we go. That's what I know. It is not intuitive where they put this stuff. So wait, recommended channels. You know what? I should ask these raiders. Hey raiders, what's the easiest way to find out who the hell is broadcasting that you like? Because yeah, I don't know. I look forward to Twitch redoing their menus so things are more intuitive and easier to find.
It's
Or
the
just getting
millennium.
better at your job, damn it.
You know what? I found the easy way just right up top next to Twitch where it says following. Click on that instead of, yeah. So now it shows.
I can tap out for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, man.
1001, 1002.
That's right. Bob Ross is live. We do live. And then, yeah, live hosts. So it shows who's that. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're just hosting.
But Fly Bandito, we don't watch anybody but us. So, you know, it's like we just pick someone.
See, I watch certain people, but not at this hour because I'm broadcasting. And when I do want to see, you know, who's on, yeah, I generally see like who I'm hosting because the people I like, I just go host them. Which just reminds me, I need to go auto host a couple of you guys because I like you. Not like that. Don't get excited.
We love you.
I was talking to my penis.
We like to spread the love around, if you know what I mean.
We do. We do. And there we go. Then they have like 3 different settings and everything. Okay. Channels to host. Okay, I'll add a few new people here. Oh, see, I already have Madame Gandalf right up there. And
she's here.
She is, yeah. I auto-host her. And you know what? Now that I added these other folks, that will make it easier to go figure out who to add. As I share the love, give back a little something.
I like sharing the love.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, he does.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I could do this, and I'll have this all up. Let's see, there we go. Add that and that. Okay. Anyhow, let's get back here and pay you guys some attention. Let's see here. Oh, matter of fact, there's a stream element thing about the shots. Ponder's idea. I mean, supporting other talk shows. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's... What you got?
Yes, Victoria, I will share it.
But we're going to wrap it up here. Opted for Merlot. Good choice. Wait a minute. Were you drinking beer before you switched over to Merlot?
Hey, Merlot, you got a good steak to go with that? If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was beer, not the steak. Delay. We love
Yeah,
to have
please,
you.
Oh,
Flybadito,
yay.
please do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come join us again
Good night,
we
anytime.
Robin.
love you, friends.
Every
Night,
Monday
Robin.
night. Yeah.
Say goodnight to Robin, everyone.
Good
Oh,
night,
bye,
Robin.
sweetie.
Night.
Bye, baby. Love you. Hugs, hugs, kiss, kisses.
Jackgasm. That's great, Fly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ripple. Put away your Boone's Farm. Your Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah,
Wow.
Somebody used to
Thunderbird.
watch Red Fox, that's for sure.
Nice. And I think he's saying goodnight to Robin. Oh, yeah, we got a couple more minutes and we're going to cut out of here because, like I said, I got to wrap everything up, clean up, need some dickle.
And drive.
I bet you do, big guy. And drive, yeah. I wonder, what is that? Is that about me? No. Okay. Sorry, seeing if anybody messaged me.
Nah,
No.
no one loves you.
It's just easier that way when you're all alone. Dickle, pickle, tickle. How much, Victoria? How much have you had to drink tonight?
My dickle, you pickle.
Yeah, that's right. For a nickel.
I got a pickle for a dick that'll give her a tickle.
Suddenly we all revert to middle school again.
You say revert.
Yeah,
That implies having moved beyond at some point.
a lot.
It is poetic
A
as
lot.
fuck.
Her first answer was a period, which very much confused and possibly disturbed me, especially knowing her dating history with the blood thing.
We don't judge.
We
No.
don't, but we sure the hell will make fun of it.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, I have to thank Kevin for the Pringles we can't get in the States and the club bars.
You're welcome, man.
I had to write my initials on it so Andrea doesn't raid mine.
But it's just on the lid, so I could change them.
Yeah, right after I like grabbed my Sharpie, wrote a T on it. She's like, so I only have to switch the lid? And I'm like, damn it! There wasn't even
Chestnut checkers.
hesitation. Yeah, we're out of here in a minute too. Ralph,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week, and you can
Thanks
watch.
for joining us.
Yeah, glad to have you back around. Or
Yeah. Come back and hang out with us again.
Victoria, darling, you are always interesting.
Hoorah. And everybody is still listening on the radio stations, also White Party Radio, Radio Real. Yes.
And Ralph is leaving.
Ralph's out of here, yep. And we'll see him again next week. And you can keep your eye on the channel, get notifications for the vodcast so you can watch all the past stuff. And next week, Christmas at the Tavern with a load of people and very little format.
Yeah.
I think that's it, guys. We're going to do... Here, I'll do one more splash. We'll do
All
one more
right.
closing toast. And keep it small for me because I got to drive home.
Here's to new and unexpected friends.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the growth of a
Thanks for
community.
joining us, everyone.
Yeah, here's to you guys.
Gosh, I sounded like Tiny Tim.
Merry Christmas, every one of us. God bless you. Okay, we're out of here. Have a great week, guys. Catch you next week. Let's just send
Good
the
night,
radio
everyone. Take care.
stations on their way. Oh, and if you're watching this on the YouTube station, as we said before, subscribe, share,
Subscribe.
recruit people, spam their page with links, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're
Be
out
a
of here.
nuisance. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.